This kid's fire.
What's that? What's that, brother? What's that? What's that, brother? Brother, what's that, brother? What's that? What's that, brother? Brother, what's that? What's that, brother? What's that? What's that, brother? Brother, what's that, brother? What's that? What's that, brother? Brother,
Ahora sí va, en serio. Ahora es seguro. Tic-tac, tic-tac, tic-tac. Empezamos.
Tic-tac, tic-tac, tic-tac. Yes, guys, welcome back to another stream. Spurs absolutely stinker. Stinker and hooked. I can't believe it, lads. They've been absolutely roasted. Yeah? They've been absolutely roasted. Arsenal have come in and robbed the player. Oh my God, it's mad, bro. I was watching Sava's channel before. They're all going mad. They're all kicking off. Big time Spurs fans fuming. Rightly so as well, yeah? Because that Daniel Levy, mate, yeah? The problem with him is, yeah, he thinks he's too clever. He thinks he's too smart. He thinks he's smarter than everybody else. And he's a very smart man. But the problem is, yeah, when you start getting, like, arrogant, you start to make mistakes. You start to get cocky. Yeah, you start to get cocky. And he's gone and got this Eze thing, you know, trying to negotiate all the deals and that, thinking he's got it all locked off. And Arsenal have just come in, bang, took the player. Yeah, terrible, man. That guy, Daniel Levy, mate, is an absolute clown, mate. Yeah, and Spurs fans are rightly pissed off this evening because Eze's a good player, man. He is a good player, Eze. And that would have been a mint signing for Spurs. I can't lie. But, nah, that is wild, bro. Seen it before, and I was just like, no way, no way. And for Arsenal, obviously, it's a great signing for Arsenal. I'm sure, I don't know. I don't think it changes my opinion on, like, the league title or anything. But, obviously gives them a better chance, 100%. 100% gives them a better chance. I don't think that signing changes my mind. I still think my mind is still set, but it is obviously a good signing for them. You can't say it's not. It's a good signing. He's very versatile. He can play anywhere across the front line, really. He can play in the middle. He can play left wing, which obviously they need a left winger. And he's a quality player. He's a quality player. But for Spurs, man, for Spurs, that is mad embarrassing. And the question is now, does Daniel Levy and the Tottenham Hotspur come back to Manchester City and say, okay, we are prepared to make the bid that you want, 67 million quid, whatever City are asking for? Are Spurs going to come back now and actually pay that fee? Because they've got to sign somebody now. Because the fan base will kick the fan base will kick Royal off that, mate. Like, you know what I mean? they're gonna have to sign somebody. And we've got a player that obviously we're saying is available. We're happy to, well, I don't know if we're happy, but we're happy to do a deal on Savio, but you got to pay the fee. And City are not moving on the fee. If you want to buy Savio off City, you got to pay the fee, just like I suppose any football club, which is fair dues, really. Anyway, this is what this guy's been having to say about it.
For Savio, don't forget that Tottenham are still trying. It's very difficult. It's complicated. There is important people in Manchester City board blocking the deal and pushing to keep Savio, but Tottenham still wanted to try even before this Eberechi as a shock, and now they are intention to try again. So Tottenham are not giving up on Savio. Let's see, because remember, if Savio goes to Tottenham, Man City will try really strong for Rodrygo Goes from Real Madrid. So that domino is still on. That domino is not over. At the moment, Man City are blocking the deal. But in case Tottenham, especially after missing on the top target, Eberechi, decide to go on Savio, who is obviously a different kind of player, but another top target. It was not Eze or Savio. Tottenham wanted both. But now imagine, with Eze going to Arsenal, for Tottenham can be the opportunity to improve their bid for Savio and try to get the Brazilian. But let's see if they can reach an agreement with Man City, because as I told you, there is someone in the board pushing to keep the player and saying no to Tottenham.
Will Spurs come back into Manchester City for Savio? I think they will. I think they are, chat. I think they're going to come back in. I think they're going to come in one last time. I think they were going to come in anyway. If I'm being completely honest with you, I think they were going to come in anyway, regardless of what happens here with this Eze deal. But now this Eze deal's collapsed in such fashion, I think they're going to come back in. And do they meet City's asking price? I think they kind of have to, because I think City, for me, City are clearly making it. Well, City are making it clear. City making it clear. It's not, well, of course, it's speculation, blue lot, but obviously, put 2 and 2 together, we come to 4. It's quite easy to understand. Eze's just humiliated Spurs. Spurs want Savio. We've been told that Spurs were going to come back with another bid. I'm putting 2 and 2 together, and I'm coming up with an answer of they're probably going to put in another bid, man. Didn't Jack Gordon say they're expecting another bid of 70 million? Well, Jack Gordon has been saying, like, yeah, he thinks that Spurs are still coming back in, and he's saying that Savio is intent on leaving. And again, we spoke about this last night. Nothing's changed. Savio still wants to go to Spurs. If he didn't, this would be dead. We wouldn't be having this conversation right now. The whole reason we're having this conversation is because the thing hasn't died down. It's still going on. And Spurs now have to sign somebody. They have to sign someone, because they were going to get, they were linked with both Savio and Eze. They've lost out at Eze. City apparently pulling back on this Savio. They're going to have to go and get somebody. Now, I'm surprised that they're not already looking at Ederson Lookman, to be honest with you. I thought they'd be going getting Lookman if it was me. If I was Spurs, I'd be going getting Lookman 100%. I'd be all over that deal if I was Spurs. But, if they don't want to get him, they want to go and get Savio, then you got to pay up the money. And obviously, City now, this is just going to strengthen City's position, because City know now Spurs are fucked. So if City were asking 67 previously, and they thought to themselves, we might sell for 64 or 62, they're probably thinking to themselves, well, we're not going to reduce our fee now, because they know that Spurs are in a desperate situation. Remember, City don't really want to sell Savio. Yeah, they don't really want to sell Savio. City are not actively trying to flog Savio. Yeah, City are happy with Savio. Pep's obviously happy with Savio. I think everyone's happy with Savio, but he wants to leave. So if he wants to leave, bring us the fee. And if he wants to leave, yeah, we're going to have to go and get someone like a Rodrygo, which is going to cost 100 million euros. So you're actually putting us in the shit a little bit. Now, personally, I'd rather the deal get done, because I'd rather have Rodrygo. But he's putting stress, yeah, on Hugo Viana to get a replacement in. So it's not an ideal situation, especially when you've only got 8 days left. No, not 8 days, 11 days left of the window. It's not an ideal scenario. So in that case, I'm sorry, we can't be doing no deals. Yeah, you got to pay the money, mate. You got to pay the money. And obviously, go back to what happened with the Harry Kane situation. City probably feel a little bit pissed off with what happened with the Harry Kane situation. City probably don't like Levy anyway because of what Levy's done. Yeah, with regards to FFP and all his comments over the years and him trying to force FFP through the door. So City probably don't have the greatest relationship with this guy anyway. Add on top of that, the fact that they don't really want to sell Savio. Add on to the fact that if they sell Savio, we're going to have to go big and try and get rid of Rodrygo out of Real Madrid, which is going to cause its own problems because then you're negotiating with Real Madrid. You probably, well, not probably, you know, the wages that you're going to have to give Rodrygo are probably going to be at least 4 times, 5, 6 times more than what Savio's currently earning. Yeah. So, you know, at the end of the day, if Spurs want the player, Spurs have got to pay the money. And the money that City are asking for is rumoured to be around 70 million quid, 67 million pound. So, yeah, it's we'll have to see what happens, man. But I don't think, for me, I don't know. I think they will make a bid. I just don't think they're gonna. I think Levy's just a twat. I think he's just a twat, and I don't think he's gonna pay the money. I don't, because he's too proud. He's too proud of a man to go, you know what, we fucked up here. We need to get this player in. We're gonna have to pay what City want. I feel like he's just gonna offer a fee. City will be like, that's not enough, and then they'll walk away. Do you know what I'm saying? Dibbling is to have the player of Savio. Spurs fans will be disappointed in that. I mean, yeah, imagine going from Eze and Savio to Tyler Dibbling. I mean, that's just a massive L. Levy, if you're shopping in Harrods, you got to pay Harrods money. Says low fat, more fat. Facts. Tyler Dibbling is the one they want. They're probably looking at him. Yeah, but don't Southampton want like 50 million for this guy? Would you rather pay 67 for Savio or 50 million for Tyler Dibbling? I mean, I know where I'd rather spend my money. No clubs like Levy. Yeah, facts. Absolutely. Savio is best staying. Forget Mardy ass. Rodrygo, says Spencer. Big up to you, bro. LB, I don't know, man. Everything is getting too close to the deadline. This stuff has taken a week and a half already. I know, but obviously City don't want him playing. City don't want Savio playing for Spurs on Saturday. Yeah, I mean, and again, the cut-off for him to play is midday on Friday. So, you know, you got a day and a half. You got a day and a half for the deal not to go through. And then obviously we can start to see movement. But, you know, there's only, you know, we're almost at a week. You know what I mean? A couple of days go by, bang, there's a week left. And the longer this goes on, the worse it is for City because we're the ones that have to react to the transfer. So, you know, Savio signs for Tottenham. Tottenham are chill. Yeah, that leaves us then in a pressure situation. We've then got to go into the market. And we've got to then try and get a player through the door. And we're negotiating with Real Madrid. And Real Madrid probably are not going to make it too easy for City. I think Real Madrid do want rid of Rodrygo. But they're probably not going to be too easy. They're probably not going to be letting him leave bare easy, innit? Especially to City. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, but they'd rather give their money to Southampton. Yeah, because he's a proud guy. He's too proud. And when you get someone like that, you make bad decisions because you don't make the correct decision. Because, you know, you don't want to be seen to be weak. You want to be seen to be powerful. But because he's going to make the wrong decision. You know what I mean? Can't they just fucking agree a deal with something in there that you can't play against City in this game? Fuck's sake, can't be hard. You would have thought so. But, again, for him to play on Saturday, he's going to have to be signed by midday Friday. A day and a half. It's unlikely that's going to happen now anyway. You know, say obviously the deal gets agreed tomorrow. He's got to get to London. He's got to do a medical. He's got to agree personal terms, and City and Tottenham have to iron out all the contract shit all before Friday midday. It's unlikely to happen anyway. We must be talking to Rodrygo in the background, says Karl. Oh, 100%. 100% we're talking to Rodrygo in the background because City have to be proactive here. Yeah, we can't be in a situation where we just let Savio go and then we're reacting to it and going, right, now who do we speak to? City have got to be imagining that Savio's going to leave. In case he does, so then as soon as he goes, bang, we make our move. That's the fee, that's the wages, get it all done. Now, if it was earlier in the window, you wouldn't have to be so stressed about it, and you wouldn't have to, the club and Viana wouldn't have to be as proactive. Oh, yeah, Savio wants to leave. Oh, don't worry about it. It's June. No problem. He can leave. We'll take our time. But as we've just said, there is no time. This 11 day, we'll call it 10 days left of the window now because, you know, the window is, you know, it's basically Thursday now, isn't it? You know what I'm saying? So there's 10 days left of the window. You can't chill. LB, why can't they just add something to the contract that denies Savio to play on Saturday? They probably can, you know, or they can probably just delay it. I just don't think it's, you know, for that to happen, the contract, the fee has to be agreed, and I still don't think we're at that situation. Why is Soriano blocking the deal? Yeah, I think it might be a money thing. I think Soriano might be pissed off with what happened with Kane. And he's like, nah, if we're selling him, we're getting dollar. Do you know what I'm saying? 11 days, long time. Well, you say it's a long time. But if you know, It's 11 days. Yeah, it's actually 10 days because we're 11 minutes until the 21st. So it's basically 10 days. The Savio deal hasn't gone through. That could take another 3 or 4 days. Then there's 6 days. Yeah. And then you've got to sign Rodrygo from Real Madrid. It's not, I don't think it is a long time. I think you're on a tight rope here. Yeah. I think you're on a tight rope. It's not a long time. 11 days is not a long time, man. I don't think 11 days is a long time. Not when you've still not agreed a deal with Savio. You've still got to sell him if he is selling him. And then you've got to go in the market and buy a replacement. And the replacement that you're buying is a Real Madrid player. I don't think it's a long time at all, chat. Chat, do you think that's a long time or not a long time? I don't think it's a long time, man. I don't think it's a long time at all. I'll be real with you boys. You know what I mean? And this is why for me, yeah, Tottenham, yeah, they need to hurry up and get this fucking sorted, mate. Because they can't be leaving us with a few days to sort a Rodrygo deal out. They just can't. Let me have a look at these chats. Big up to Jordan, man. Says, got Spurs by the balls, 60, 70 million, plus a buyback for Savio. I tell you what, could you put a buyback in there? Because they're stressed. Could you put a buyback in there? Because they're stressed now. I didn't think you'd be able to do it previously, but if they're so desperate on getting the player, could you potentially put a buyback in there? I don't know if you could, given the fee they're going to pay. But it depends how desperate Spurs are. If Spurs are cooked, you know, you put selling for 60, you put a buyback in for 90. Would they accept that? I don't think they would ideally accept it. If they're stressed, maybe they would. But I don't really. Yeah, I know, Owen. I've never really heard of a club sell a player for 60 million or 70 million and have a buyback clause in there. I personally, I've not heard of that. I've not heard of a club ever selling a player for 60 million but having a buyback. I've heard of clubs selling a player for 30 million, 20 million, but I've not heard of. I've never personally heard of a club selling a player for 60, 70 million and having a buyback. But there's always a first. But I don't think that's going to happen. Big up Lane says, surely Eze snatched away means they go for Savio. Well, you would think so, wouldn't you? You would think so. I mean, again, if we analyze the current situation of facts, Savio wants to go to Spurs. Jack Gorn said Savio seems intent on going to Spurs. Spurs have bid for Savio, but the deal's been rejected so far. We've had no source related to Manchester City that has come out and said this deal is dead. Not one. On the contrary, Simon Bajovsky's done an article and said every player at the club is available at set price. If the player wants to go, the player can be sold if the price is met. So actually, a source close to City has gone the opposite way and basically said any player is available to be sold at the correct price. And then the other player that Spurs were going to buy, Eze, has been snatched away from him, leaving him embarrassed, meaning that their other primary target, Savio, is still available. You know City are happy to sell the player if you meet the fee. We're just waiting. Yeah? We're just waiting. I think Spurs have to react. We'll see what happens. Will Spurs react to this tomorrow? Will they want to wait until after the game? I mean, I don't know. Again, do they have time? I mean, if I was City, I'd be getting onto him now. If I was City, I'd be getting onto him, lads, and I'd be saying, right, lads, Levy, if you want this Savio guy, this is the price. Otherwise, we've got to block the deal, mate, because we can't afford. We can't afford for you to be bidding for him in like the last 2-3 days of the window, because we have to buy a replacement. So put up or shut up time. Do you know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at for it. For me, that's my current position. Like as a fan, that's what I think should be going on. Loan with obligation to buy next season is the best deal. I mean, why though? Why? I'm just literally just questioning why would that be better than a straight up sale if it's an obligation? Why would a loan? Yeah, why would a loan deal with an obligation to buy? Why would that be a better deal than just selling the player, bro? I don't fully understand that. Let me know in the chat, innit? Let me know. Anyone know the actual asking price for Savio? It sounds like it's £67 million is the rumours going around on Twitter. £67 million is what people are saying. 67 million, which is a lot, but we'll see if they pay it. They're going to come in with another bid. They definitely are. Putting a first refusal in a deal is surely achievable in case he cooks and say Madrid come in, says Aaron. Yeah, I mean, surely you can put that in. I don't think that's a difficult thing to put in. Surely. LB, how much longer can I cannot take any more bid, bud. I don't know, man. Like, that's what I'm saying. I think Spurs have to respond here, man, because their fans are fuming. Have you watched some of these fans? These Spurs fans are fuming, man. They had him there. Eze was done deal. It was all done. Yeah, he was going to Spurs, and then they've lost him to Arsenal. That's like City losing a player to United. Like, remember when we lost Sanchez? Do you remember when we lost Sanchez? When we thought we was all getting Sanchez? Yeah, who I properly wanted, by the way. Yeah, from Arsenal, Alexis Sanchez. We thought we was getting him. Every City fan thought was getting Sanchez. And you know what as well? Pretty much every single City fan wanted him. You know, that was Rodrygo. There's some City fans that don't want him and that. Yeah, like pretty much every single City fan wanted Sanchez. And then, bang, United come in and snatched the player away from us. And we were all gutted. Yeah, it's like that. It's like that. It's fuming. Do you know what I mean? So you know, Spurs have to go back into the market, man. LP, we must tell Spurs if they don't bid by Friday or bust. So you're giving them 2 days. You're giving them 2 days. Yeah, because if they was to bid on Friday, the deal's not going to go through until probably Monday, and that leaves City with 6 days to get the Rodrygo deal across the line, or whoever they're going to buy. So you know, people are saying 11 days is a long time. It's not really a long time. Like I say, if the Savio deal, say Spurs put in a bid on Friday and it gets accepted, it's not going to be completed until Monday. That leaves City with just 6 days to get through. Would it be the biggest transfer of the summer? No, Wirtz is the biggest transfer. So it'd be what? The second biggest transfer of the summer in 6 days. That's not, man. That's not a long time. Friday got to be the deadline. If not, they can fuck off. The only thing I'd say, yeah, on the deadline is unless City are already further advanced with the Rodrygo deal than we already know. Because at the moment, we don't really know how far City are advanced with this Rodrygo deal. We probably know that City have spoken to Rodrygo's camp. We probably know that there's been some sort of conversation about personal terms, but we don't fully know. Are personal terms fully agreed? Is the contract length fully agreed? Have we spoken to Madrid? How close are we on the fee? Now, if all that's far down the line, and City have already agreed, like Maria is basically saying that, like, a lot of the personal terms have already been done. Yeah. If all that's then the 6 days is not too bad because most of it's already been done. You know, you ring up Real Madrid and say, right, bang, we need to agree the deal. We've already spoke about it. Let's get this deal done. Bang, it's okay. But obviously, if it's early days, 6 days is not a long time. Yeah. And again, what are Real Madrid asking? Are they asking a fair price? Are they being dicks? All that kind of crap. Madrid won't get anywhere near 100 million for Rodrygo. They want him out and he wants to leave as well. 70 to 80 million euros to close the deal. Again, I probably agree with you, bro, on the fee. I think we can get him less than 100 mil. I think he's worth 100 mil, but I think you can probably get him a bit less. But again, if Real Madrid start going, oh, you know what? Actually, it is 100 mil. Like, City then are on a time limit because of the situation that they're in. Which is why I always say, I personally believe that the football club should say to the players at the end of the season, if you want to leave, no problem. But this is the date, yeah, that you have to leave by. Because it avoids these situations of last-minute stress deals, panic buys. Yeah, Karl should go to the players last game of the season, go in the dressing room and say to them, any player wants to leave, come to my office. I'll tell you the fee that we require. You bring the fee, you can go, but you've got to have it done by this date. If not, you're not going. And that applies to everybody in the dressing room. I think that is very fair, very fair. Because otherwise it puts the club in a bit of a pickle, doesn't it, boys? It does. Akanji cook Fabrizio. Yeah, facts, man. Facts. We'll speak about that in a bit. City will end negotiations. If it goes on too long, they won't risk it. Agreed. Unless they're far down the tracks with Real Madrid. which they might be. Might not be. We should only agree to Savio leaving once we've signed Rodrygo. Yeah, you'd probably like to think that City are, again, far down the tracks with the Rodrygo deal. LB, Rodrygo only scored 1 goal in his last 16 games for Real Madrid. Is this guy somehow going to save our season with no right back? Well, first of all, I don't think our season needs saving. I think we're fine with or without Rodrygo. But I think Rodrygo, for me, helps us in the bigger games. That's what it is for me. Rodrygo, I'm not bringing in Rodrygo to get me 20 GA or 20 goals, 20 assists. Yeah, I'm bringing in Rodrygo because I think he'll help us in the bigger games. Arsenal literally got the deal done in like 3 hours today. They did, however, that's because the deal was already pretty much agreed with Spurs. So Arsenal knew what the price was. They knew what the price. They could just go in and say, right, well, you've already accepted this price. You've already agreed this price. We'll match it. We'll pay you a little bit more. And I think they said as well, they're paying it on slightly better terms. So that maybe Arsenal are paying the 60 million a bit quicker than Spurs were going to do, or bigger upfront, deposit or whatever it is. But that's why you can get them deal. I mean, listen, you can get any deal done. You can get any deal done quick if you're willing to put the cash down. Daniel Levy, hello. Yeah, if you want the player, put the cash down. It's whether, it's whether they're going to put the cash down, and then our City going to put the cash down on Rodrygo. Do you know what I mean? LB, what's your opinion? Do you think he goes Spurs? Ah, man. Do I think he goes Spurs? I think Spurs bid. I think Spurs bid again. I'm almost certain of that. I'm just not sure they meet City's asking price. I'm just not sure they meet. I don't know. I don't think so, man. I don't think so. If I'm being honest with you, I don't think Spurs meet the asking price. I don't think they do. I think Spurs will bid. I definitely think there's another bid coming. Yeah. But I don't think they meet the asking price. I think City say no, and they walk away and go get somebody else. They go get Tyler Diblin or something. That's what I think's happening. But, so I'm very torn on it. I'm very split on it, because if they do meet the bid, then they'll go. I just don't know if they're going to pay up. They'll definitely bid. I'd be surprised if they don't bid. I'd be surprised if they don't bid. But then again, can they afford not to meet our target if they do bid? Because if they bid for him again and they don't meet City's target and then walk away, they're gonna look fucking ridiculous, aren't they? Missed out on Eze, and then they're missing out on Savio. They've already missed out on Gibbs White earlier in the window. So fucking hell, that's actually that's actually a point, man. If they bid, they've got to buy him. If they bid, they've got to buy him, because they can't, yeah. So they're either not going to bid, or they'll bid and they'll actually get him, because there's no way that they can bid and then walk away if they don't meet the fee. Because Spurs fans will be like, Spurs fans will go mad. They'll be like, first you missed out on Gibbs White, then you missed out on Eze, now you're missing out on Savio. So yeah, that's a... I think he goes. I think Savio goes, because I think they'll bid again. And if they bid again, I think they'll pay the money. Because they have to pay the money. Otherwise, they'll look like clowns. Let me do a poll in the chat, because there's 1,200 people here. I want to know what you guys are saying on it. It's a very tricky one. Yeah, let me do a little bit more of a nuanced poll. Savio. Spurs don't bid. He stays. Spurs bid. Not accepted. Spurs walk. Spurs bid. City accept. Savio goes. Savio to Spurs. Right, there we go. So I've got Spurs don't bid. He stays at City. Spurs bid, but it's not accepted, and Spurs walk away. And then Spurs bid. City accepts. Savio to Spurs. Bit of a more nuanced poll than normal, but it's a bit of a weird one, man. It is a bit of a weird one. Smash these likes up as well on the way in, man. I forgot to tell you, innit? Smash the likes up. 1,200 people in the building. Let's get these likes to 300, guys. We need 11 people in the chat. 11 people out of 1,200 to smash their likes up. So hit the like button while you're doing the poll. I'll do these super chats and then we'll have a look at that poll result, yeah? Make sure you guys are voting in the poll. If you're watching back on replay, just comment down below, man. But if you are watching live, unless you're watching on the couch. I know what it's like, man, watching YouTube on a couch and you can't be asked pulling out your phone. Lazy fuckers. Big up Denton, man, with a one gifted. Big up to you, man. Appreciate it. He also sent a super sticker in before. Big up Denton, man. Appreciate the support as always, every time, mate. Yeah, thank you very much, pal. Thank you very much. Big up Jacket with a Jack City Boy says, we don't need to sign a replacement. We already have enough without Savio, in my opinion, with a 2. Rare opinion. I've asked this question before, Jack, and most people disagree with you. Most people disagree with you. There are a couple of people that agree with you. I don't agree with you. I think if you lose Savio, you need to sign a replacement. Bob's just come back from a leg break. Foden, we still have no idea what form he's going to be in. Cherky's brand new. And Doku isn't pulling up trees. So I personally disagree. There are a couple of people that share your opinion, bro. I've seen it in the chat. But yeah, at this moment in time, nah, I think we need someone. Bill Julia says, do you think that will sign Donnarumma? I'm having doubts since it's taking so long. I just don't understand why this one's not been done, Julia, because all the Turkish guys were telling us that it was a done deal. It's a done deal. Yeah, it's all finished and all that kind of crap. But yeah, weird. I don't know. I don't know what's going on at the moment. It all seems very weird, man. Everything seems very close, but at the same time, everything seems so far away. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, all these deals seem like pretty close. Like, this Donnarumma deal and this Ederson deal feels like it's pretty much all just done. But then you read someone else and they'll be like, yeah, City and Galatasaray are miles away. And you're like, what? You've been told by all these random ITKs that they're a couple of mil apart. And then you have to ask questions then, because like you say, because it's taking so long, you go, well, is it close? Is it going to happen? Because it's taking so long. If this was such a done deal, if this was so close to be done, why is it still taking so long? I think we do get it done, because the difference is with the Savio deal and the Ederson deal is I think City will be respectful to Ederson and just be like, right, we'll take a little bit of an L and we'll sell you cheaper than we would have liked. He's 32 or whatever. He's done his time. Legend of the club. Big up to you, mate. You want your move. Thank you very much. Take the money. Donnarumma in. Sound. Savio's different. Savio's an asset that has value. Savio's an asset that City don't really want to sell. He's going to go up in value. Yeah, and he's a good player. So, yeah, I think the Ederson one does happen. I think it does happen. But the Savio one, big up Rajiv, says, Tottenham Hotspur have been interested in Savio, but they're not prepared to match the Manchester City's £67 million price tag. When was that from? Is that new? Is this post Eze? Is this post Eze news or pre Eze news? Because if this is pre Eze, then it might have changed. That's from today. Yeah, but is it from after Eze? Is it from after Eze? Pre Eze? Pre Eze. So again, it all depends on how close they were willing to get to that 67. If they was willing to go to 60, yeah, and now they've just lost out on Eze, surely they just go, fuck it, let's just pay the extra 7 million. We'll just get the guy in. But if they're at 50, even getting murked off by Eze, they're not coming up to 67, innit, chat? There's Zohib in the chat saying it's post the Eze news, not pre. Yeah, I don't know. Let me know in the chat if anyone knows for sure. But there are a couple of people saying it's actually post the Eze news. So we'll see. Side note, Arsenal only got Eze because of Havertz's injury. Spurs actually needed him. Just cough up the catch and be a proper fucking club, says Aaron. Yeah, exactly. LB, name our right wingers. Bob, Savio, and then Foden and Cherky can play off the right and probably will play off the right. So that's the 4 at the moment. That's the 4 at the moment. But obviously, if Pep ends up playing Cherky or Foden as a 10, obviously he didn't at the weekend. Yeah, but then you're down to 2. if Savio goes. So you need one injury. I missed one. Oh, Bernardo. Nah. I'm not putting the Bernardo in the right wing, guys. I refuse to do that, yeah. Midfield Bernardo can cook. Bernardiki. Yeah, well, we're not doing right wing Bernardiki season. Yeah, it's 2025. But yeah, if Pep starts playing Foden as Turkey as a 10, one injury, you're down to one right winger. And 110. You've got no cover. No cover whatsoever. Yeah? None. So for me, you have to buy another winger. If you let Savio go, you cannot afford to not buy one. And again, I would repeat, yeah, Bob is our main right winger. He's just come back from a leg break. And an ankle injury from his recovery. It would be negligence if you just said, we're not replacing Savio, we're going to run Bob every single game for the rest of the season. No, Bob is mega at right wing. I agree. I think he's our best winger at the football club, Khalid, as I've said many times. But there's negligence. You can't just expect Bob to come back into the team after playing 0 football minutes for a full year, breaking his leg at 21 years old, getting a hamstring injury, doing an ankle injury, and then sticking him in the team and expect him to play every single game for the rest of the season. That is ridiculous. You can't do that. Look at what happened to Rodri, man. We've got to learn from our mistakes. We did this with Rodri. Never bought a replacement, never bought a backup. Bang, ACL, cooked. Come back from his injury, put him in the team a bit too quick. Bang, injury, delayed. We've got to learn, man. We've got to learn from our errors. So, yeah, I'm fully on the train of if we sell Savio, we absolutely must buy. In fact, if we can't get Rodrygo, don't sell Savio. Don't sell Savio. Yeah? Don't sell Savio because that's ridiculous. Big up Brandon, man, says, who do you think is the board member that is blocking the transfer? I think it's probably Ferran. Obviously, Tiki's not there anymore, so it's not him. Hugo Viana probably don't give a shit. I don't think Khaldoon really gets involved in this sort of stuff. So for me, it's got to be Ferran. It's got to be Ferran. Has to be Ferran. I don't see, unless there's some random guy who's on the board that we don't know about. But I think it's Ferran. And I think it's a financial thing only. Because I don't think Ferran usually gets involved in like the football thing. That's usually left up to like Pep and, you know, the sporting director. He probably has a bit of a say, but he's the corporate guy. He does all the sponsorships and the big corporate deals and the CFG and buying new football clubs and all that kind of crap. So I think he's probably just like, yo, I'm stepping in here because he fucked us over a couple of years ago. Hugo, you don't know nothing about this because you wasn't here. Let me just tell you, he cooked us a couple of years ago, fucked us over, so we're going to fuck him over. If he's going to take the player, he's got to pay the big cash. And then Hugo's probably going, oh, didn't know about that. He went, yeah. Do you remember when City were linked with Kane? He was like, oh, I do remember that, yeah. He's like, well, they fucked us over big time. I love you long time. Big up to you, Bray. Nah, big up to you, Angel, man. Big up to Brandon as well. Appreciate it. Shout out James. Says, think our business is over personally, minus the outgoings. I'm still not convinced we replace anyone that leaves LB as Pep is so vocal on the squad size. I know he is. And this will bring us to the next point about Ake. Everton are reportedly interested in taking Nathan Ake to what's it called? The Hill Dickinson Stadium. I don't think you can get rid of Akanji and Ake. I don't think you can get rid of both of them boys. I don't think you can. Not with John Stones. I'm afraid you can't. Right, so we've got 6 centre-backs, yeah? You got 6 centre-backs right now. Rumour has it that Galatasaray are very close on agreeing a deal with City with Manuel Akanji. Manuel Akanji doesn't know anything about this, by the way. As some of you guys would have seen. In fact, let me put it up. Akanji commented on Fabrizio's post. And then Fabrizio deleted the post. Which is kind of wild, but I wouldn't personally believe anything that players say all the time. But it is pretty funny, so I will show it. Look at this chat. I know some of you guys don't have social media, so let me put it up on screen. Big up James, man. I appreciate the super chat, bro. So, so Fabrizio basically he's deleted the post, but basically Fabrizio put a post saying like, Manuel Akanji has agreed personal terms with Galatasaray or something like that, something in that sort of situation. And then Akanji's responded to the post and put, don't know anything about that. And then Fabrizio deleted it. Oh, there you go. And Instagram responded, so new reports of a £15 million agreement between Manchester City and Galatasaray. And then Fabrizio deleted the post. But you can't be getting rid of both of them. You can't be getting rid of both of them because, again, my starting position here is that John Stones is not available. I think that's the safest position to imagine him that he's injured. Because if you can't go into the season and say, I predict John Stones is going to be fit for the full season. I mean, what are we doing here? It's John Stones. So for me, I predict, and my starting position is, I'm going to presume that John Stones doesn't kick a ball. So do I have enough players? And remember, he played 1,000 minutes last year. He played less minutes than Grealish. Yeah. So do I have enough players if Ake and Akanji go? Well, what will I have? I'll have Diaz, Gavardio, who will have to play at left back as well, by the way, at some point. He definitely will. And Huzanov. I don't think that's enough. I think you have to have at least 5. I think you have to have at least 5 if John Stones is one of those players. Because you have to, for me, and again, it depends on your risk tolerance. Yeah? It depends on you. If you're a risk taker, you'll probably run with it. You'll probably be sat there going, oh, go on. Yeah, we'll just run with 4, it's fine. But I personally don't want to run a risk with that. Yeah? We do have a Vita Hayes recall clause. Yeah, we do have that in. But I just think personally, I just don't think we should be going into the season with 4 centre-backs if one of them is John Stones. So maybe get rid of one of them. Maybe Akanji's decided he's not going, and that's why the news has come out about Ake. But yeah, I don't mind getting rid of one of them. Yeah, personally, if it was me, I'd get rid of Akanji over Ake. But there's not much in it. But I can't be getting rid of both of them. I think that is you're playing risky games there, lads. In my opinion. Oh yeah, I don't know if you guys seen this as well. Rico Lewis set to sign a new 5-year contract at Manchester City. Yeah, we spoke about that before. Yeah, this is the thing about Nathan Ake. This is like an Everton page. I've never actually heard it before, but people are saying it's like a good Everton ITK. So it's obviously been quoted. So there you go, man. I can't lie, tell both Ake. Ake is bad as Stones injury-wise. He's not as bad as Stones injury-wise. He's not. He's nowhere near as bad as Stones injury-wise, Kirby, man. He's not. He's had a couple over the. Well, he's had a few last couple of years. He's not as bad as Stones. Nowhere near. Nowhere near. LB Ake's Branthwaite swap deal. What you saying? I tell you what, it wouldn't surprise me if City looked into that because we could do with some homegrown players. Now I think he's had a fair few injuries himself, but we need some homegrown players. Wouldn't surprise me if City looked into that, bro. LB, has this been the craziest situation we've been in on the transfer market, or is it just recency bias? Oh, definitely recency bias. Oh, bro, there's been well more crazier ones, bro. The Messi one, that was madder than this. Yeah, the Ronaldo one, that was madder than this. Yeah, this is small fry. This is small fry. If Savio goes, it'll probably go up in rankings, but at the moment, nah, this doesn't even touch top 3, top 4. Yeah, the Sanchez one, that was on madness. Yeah, this isn't even that big. Branthwaite's injured. Yeah, of course he is. Branthwaite just signed a contract extension. I wonder if it's got a release clause though, because he only had a year left, didn't he? So he's probably put a release clause in there. Wouldn't surprise me. LB Ake is homegrown. I know he's homegrown. I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm not forgetting he's homegrown. I know he's homegrown. I've not forgot he's homegrown. I'm fully aware he's homegrown. And this is why, again, if you're going to get rid of him, you're probably going to need to look at some homegrown players at some point. Check City report. Wow, what's happened here? Let's have a look. Nah, there's no news. There's no news. There's no news, chat. Manuel Akanji and Galatasaray in the final stages of the deal with Manchester City, says Pedro. Well, the guy don't know anything about it. The guy doesn't know anything about it, man. The guy doesn't know anything about it. So does Akanji know he's going to Galatasaray? Because that's what he put on his Instagram. Now, I know players lie all the time. Players have done this bare times. They always lie. Yo, big up Kyle, man. Big up for the notification. Yeah, there you go. Manuel Akanji and Galatasaray are in the final stages of a deal with Manchester City. But Akanji apparently knows nothing about this. What the hell? He defo knows. Oh, of course he knows, bro. All these players, man. They're just playing games, isn't it? They're just playing games, man. I remember Mahrez. Mahrez told Sam Lee, check your sources. I ain't going to Saudi Arabia. 4 weeks later, guy's playing in Saudi Arabia. Yeah. Happens all the time, man. I think Ake leaves, Brit. Last World Cup for him last year. He'll need to play. LB, what are your thoughts on Indy Callier's tweet about Rodrygo's agent going to Liverpool and Arsenal? I mean, I don't know whether to believe this Indy Callier. I still don't really want to believe him, yeah? Because for me, I thought the guy was a joke source. But now people are telling me that I actually do need to start believing him. Because apparently the account's been bought by a lot of journalists or some shit. But it feels dirty. Yeah, it feels disgusting, even considering it a real source. So I'm struggling at the moment. I am struggling at the moment to believe it. What's this? What's this article, Dill, that you've tagged me in? This is the article Rajiv was talking about, published at 8:30 p.m., 2 hours after Fab's Bomber. Second paragraph under the verse thing. One sec. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can check this out. So that article there, apparently, chat, is the one that says Spurs are not going to spend 67 on Savio. Apparently. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying, Flaws. I'm just trying to fucking load this fucking website, but 12-foot IO ain't working, man. Remove paywall. I mean, remove paywall. There we go. Bro, it can't be like subscribing to about 200 different newspapers, man. Like what we're doing here. Here we go. Second paragraph. Tottenham have agreed personal terms. Blah, blah, blah. Where's the Savio thing? Tottenham were interested in Savio, but did not want to pay Manchester City's £67 million valuation. Yeah, that's what it says. Who's that? Who wrote that? Who's the journalist on that? Gary Jacob. Is he a good source? Gary Jacob? I've never fucking heard of him. Is he? Any Spurs fans in the chat? Any Spurs fans in the chat? Is that a good source or what? Gary Jacob. Yeah, and that was released time. Oh, yeah, that was at 8:30 p.m. That was released at 8:30 p.m. He's saying it was before, but it says 8:30 p.m. Anyway, I don't know who this Gary Jacob guy is. Never heard of him. Gary Jacobs. Oh, there's that in there. There he is. Sports writer at the Times. Yeah. He's not tweeted anything about it. Has he replied to anybody? Has he replied to anyone? He's not replied to anybody either. He's glazing Reinders, though. Guy's glazing Reinders. Come on, chat. I smashed these likes up as well. LB Gary Jacobs is tier 1 for Spurs, very reliable. Okay, well, he's saying that Spurs don't want to pay the 67 million. Check the poll, LB. All right, let's have a look at the poll, boys. So the poll is still in the live chat. We've had 700 votes. There's still 1,200 people in here. So this, if you've not voted on the live poll, if you sat on your couch, get your phone out, load up the stream, bang your vote in, and let's see what he's saying. Savio, what do you think is going to happen? 15% are saying Spurs do not bid. He'll stay at Manchester City. 30% are saying Spurs will bid for the player, it won't be accepted, and then Spurs will walk away. So basically 45% of people are saying that he's not going anywhere. And then 55% of people are saying Spurs bid and pay what City want. Spurs goes to Savio. Savio goes to Spurs. So just over half of you guys think Savio's still going to Spurs. But it is incredibly split. I'll leave the poll open, Matt, as well. If you've not voted, go and vote. Smash the likes up as well while you're at it. See what else you guys are saying. Spurs need to pay 67. Are you more confident in Savio or Ederson? Probably Ederson. It's a cheaper deal, isn't it? It's a cheaper deal. And like I say, I think City will be more open to letting Ederson go for a little bit below what they consider market value than Savio. And rightly so, because Savio's an increasing asset value, isn't he? He's only going up. Ederson's only going down. He's on the downwards trajectory of his career. Savio's on the upwards trajectory of his career. So I get it. I do understand it. I definitely understand it, man. Yeah, exactly, bro. Yeah. What will be the difference of the price if we sell Savio and get Rodrygo? Well, if you get 67 million for Savio, yeah, in euros, that's 77. And Real Madrid are apparently asking for 100. So 23. 23, you're looking at 23 million euros, which is, what was that? About 19 million quid difference, give or take. That's the difference in price. I think it all comes down to what Pep wants. If the player really wants Rodrygo, they sell Savio, says Kyle. If we get the bid, are we possibly underrating Ake? Think he'll play more than we think? One of our best at 1v1 defenders, arguably our best at aerial duel defending. Probably, yeah. Probably. I guess it depends on how good Ake is defensively, because we still don't fully know. You know, everyone's telling me that he's a crap defender. You know what I mean? But Tom is obviously not a big fan of him from a defensive point of view. I thought he defended really well against Wolves. So if Ake turns out to be a decent defender, you don't need Ake. Yeah. If he turns out to be a bit of a whack defender, then yeah, you probably need it. You probably need to keep Ake. Unless you just put Gavardio left back for some games. Say he was going to the Bernabeu, you wanted to be a little bit more solid. Put Gavardio left back and chuck. You could play Diaz, Stones, Huzanov, Diaz. You know what I mean? You've got options there. You do have options. What? Play the clip, bro. Tic tac, tic tac.
Ahora sí va en serio. Ahora es seguro. Tic tac, tic tac, tic tac. Empezamos.
Martin said Varane is refusing to deal with Levy because of 115. Also, apparently, one bid has come from Spurs. He said 45 million. Well, I don't think we shouldn't be doing deals with clubs because of 115. I think that's stupid. I think you should do deals based off of, do you like the player? Do you not like the player? Are we getting good value for money? Are we not? I don't think the club should be dealing with transfers with grudges, in my opinion. Shout out to Brooke. Says Galatasaray cooking the wind over your fax machine. Honestly, it's crazy. It is actually wild. It's like, you know, when you get the two cups and then you connect the string, yeah, and then you put the cup on the wall and then you talk through the cup and then you can hear the fucking, you know, it goes through the string. But that's how they're moving, man. Yeah, it's crazy, mate. It's actually wild. LB, who's your favourite boxer of all time? Tyson's up there, man. I can't lie. I do like Tyson. Hatton's obviously a legend, man. But I didn't really watch boxing when he was around, so I'll probably go Tyson Fury, bro. If I'm being honest, I prefer him to sort of like Joshua and that. But yeah, probably him. Savio for 80 mil on nothing. Levy crying, says Khalid. Did you see that Badger? Big up Khalid, bro. Did you see that Bajkovsky? Yeah. Said that Ederson is set to start against Spurs. Did he really? Is that what he said? Is that what he said? Where did he say that, bro? Did he tweet it? Let me bring up his Twitter. Where did he say that? Is it in his article? Let's have a look. Rico Lewis. Where's he saying this? Because I've just got his article up. It doesn't say it in his article. It doesn't say it in his article. In the article? No. Doesn't say it in the article. I can't see it anywhere in the article. Scroll down. I've scrolled down and I've control left it. I've control left it as well. It's not in the article about Rico Lewis. Let me see. Let me go on Manchester City transfer news. Manchester City adds. Oh, I've got a new article. Look at how many articles he's done. Here we go. It's been intriguing summer. Ederson came down. Gastronitis. Difficult for me. As it stands. Oh, yeah. As it stands, Ederson will be in goal against Spurs. Yeah, but he also put, but that can't be said with much confidence given everything going around. He says, as it stands, Ederson will be in goal for City against Spurs on Saturday. But that can't be said with any confidence because of everything going around. So, again, that's not really like, it's not concrete, is it? It's not concrete, chat. That's what he said in the article. That's what he's literally just said there in the article. It can't be said with any confidence. Nah, he's not going in January, bro. He don't do a January deal, man. I can't lie. If Savio goes for Rodrygo or he stays, are we okay? If Savio goes for Rodrygo or he stays, are we okay? Also, I need a Baltic pie. Yeah, shout out to Baltic pies. Window closing will be the next thing for us, regardless, unless right back. If Savio goes, Rodrygo. What? What do you mean by that, bro? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? If Savio goes for Rodrygo or he stays, we okay? You can't read, LB. I can't read. If Savio goes for Rodrygo or he stays, we are okay. If Savio goes for... Bro, I don't understand what he's saying. He means replace Savio. He says either way we are good. What? That doesn't say that at all. It says if Savio goes for Rodrygo or he stays, we are okay. Okay, so yeah. I don't know what that means, bro. I can't lie. All right, if he goes, yeah, we need to buy a player. Is that what you're saying? Bro, why can't you just like use commas and that? Help me out, bro. It's 12:30. It's 12:30. I say use the commas. This guy tried. Look at me getting cooked now. Is this the plan all along, Brooks? Yeah. Just get me cooked off the chat. If I was in charge, what would I do with the Savio and Rodrygo situation? I'd sell Savio if... Well, my priority would be to sell Doku over Savio. But if Doku can't be sold, I would sell Savio and replace him with Rodrygo. So long as I'm getting a bid of like at least 50 million plus add-ons pounds. If it's less than 50 mil plus add-ons, I wouldn't do it. But if it was 50 mil plus, then I would do it. Then I would do it, bro. He's a better player. He's a better player, man. I can't lie. It is mad, though, isn't it? It's actually a wild chat. Like, we've got this debate about where does Rodrygo play? Left wing, right wing, 10, striker. Bro, he play anywhere across the front line. It's actually wild, man. Like, bro, some of the tweets I'm seeing at the moment is crazy. It's mad how some people rate some of our players up here and some of our fans rate the players like down here. Like, it's actually wild, bro. Like, I'm seeing people say, like, fucking Doku's better than Rodrygo. And then other people saying, like, you're fucking delusional if you think that. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's mad. Crazy how life works. He's been pointing to Rodrygo joining City even after we hear all the deals, dead talk, says Clark. Yeah, it is weird, man. LB, did you hear the club value Doku more but get less? That's why it's not even an option. Did you hear the club value Doku more, but get less? So what you're saying? Like we wouldn't get the money that? Yeah, I mean, I don't think you're going to get what we paid for him. You're probably going to lose money on that one. Rodrygo is arguably the best ball striker in Madrid after Mbappe, bro. How can someone say they don't want him? I don't know, man. I think he's been. And then, Jude Bellingham said he's the most technically gifted player at the club. He kicks a ball nice. I think he's class, bro. I'll be real. I don't really get why people don't like him, but like I say, it's football. Everyone got their opinions on these players, man. Seek help, bro. Real talk, man. Is this Khaldoon's big up back time? Says Mark. LB, is there a scenario where we sell Savio, but Rodrygo doesn't want to leave Real Madrid this season? Nah, and I don't think we sell Savio without buying a replacement anyway, so that's not going to happen. Meant we are okay, Rodrygo or Savio need a right back. Oh, right, got you. So regardless of what happens, yeah, exactly. I agree. I'm chill, man. I'm chill. If we don't sell Savio and we keep Savio, I'm chill. My preference is to get Rodrygo over Savio. That's my preference. My preference is to get Rodrygo over Doku, but that's not an option. So my other preference is to get rid of Savio and get Rodrygo. But I'm not out here saying, like, we need to fucking do it and it's going to be gutted. I am chill with it. Yeah. I am chill with it if we keep Savio. Because I fundamentally, I think Savino's a good player. I think Savio is a good player. I think he's played on the wrong side of the pitch. I've said that for basically day one. That he's a left winger. I think he's well better on the left. Yeah, I think the stats back it up. I think the eye test backs it up. Now, Pep wants to play him on the right, cool. But until the guy learns to shoot, you're always going to be pissed off with him because he's going to get into shooting positions on the right hand side, cutting in on his left, and he ain't got the Mahrez driller. I seriously think that Haaland and Rodrygo link up with bang from game one, says Aaron. Maybe. I think it's time for a Warzone stream. Debate. If everyone is fit, what's your preferred centre-back partnership? Extremely hard to choose from. Bro, I keep changing my mind on this, man. In a good way, though. In a good way. Because I'm happy at the moment with all my centre-backs. Which is fucking surprising, given how they were playing last year. But, yeah, man. Like, Kuzanov, get him in the team. I'll be buzzing about him. Stones, best centre-back City have ever had, in my opinion. Yeah. Gvardiol, Mega, Diaz, in my opinion, last two games, I know one was a friendly, but I actually seen signs of little bit of improvement from Ruben Diaz. Yeah. And I think for the last 2 years, this guy ain't been playing too good, but I think he's improved. And then you've still got Ake, who's mega, but obviously injuries and that. So from a purely like tactical sort of situation, or like what I desire, not a tactical situation, what I desire, it'd probably be Huzanov. Bro, I don't even know. I legit don't even know. I don't know. Because I don't know. I actually don't know. What knows? Don't know. Part of me is like, go back to Stones Diaz, because that won you the treble, and it was fucking mega. And that was the last time that Diaz, in my opinion, was playing at a world-class level. Because the last 2 years, he's not been at a world-class level. So get that partnership going again, and try and get that Diaz back when he was at world-class level. But then what do you do with Gvardiol? Just stick Gvardiol at left back. You can't not play Gvardiol. So what? You play him at left back. So we finally bought a left back in Ryan Nouri, and we're going to bench him. We're going to bench him for Gvardiol. Now, probably won't last long because Stones will probably get injured. But do you just run that? Gvardiol, Stones, Diaz, Nunes. What I would say is, shout out Tarek as well, big up to you, bro. What I would say is, if you are getting Donnarumma, you might favour Stones and Gvardiol just to have that better, passing out from the back, because Diaz that's not his strong part of his game, is it? The passing. He's a defender. So if you're playing Donnarumma, someone who's not as good with the ball at his feet, you know what I mean? You probably might want to have Stones and Gvardiol. But again, how long will Stones stay fit for? Screw Mr. Levy. Let him taste his own medicine, says Ivan. What do you think caused the Diaz fall off? Even his mentality seems to have shifted. I don't know. But I'm definitely seeing some signs, bro, that he's getting... that I feel like he could get back to his best, man. I'm seeing signs. I know it's only 2 games, so I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying I'm seeing signs of it. I hope he can get back up to, like, that world-class level, man. I really hope so. The fact Romano keeps saying this, I think he knows something we don't. Maybe. He's obviously getting, information, innit, from behind. Yo, shout out Martin as well for the raid. Big up, man. I just thought ever seeing Savio being the best winger in the world. I can see Doku being the best at some point in the team. He has individual quality, while Savio gives you more all-round, but Doku unpredictable. That's a fair comment from you, bro. I'll be real with you. However, with Doku, there's a lot of hope. There's a lot of hope for me. Like, hope. Savio is already linking up well with Haaland. Yeah, Savio has 6 or 7 times the amount of assists to Erling Haaland. He's been here 1 year. Doku's been here 2. So you are right, though. I mean, based off of... if Doku can get that output, Doku can be one of the best wingers in the world. And that's why, personally, I wasn't in a rush to sell either of these 2 players this summer. I always said, for me, it was 2026. I always said that. I said, for me, 2026 was the year of the wingers. Yeah, I want a decision made on the wingers. You know what I mean? But I get what you're saying. And it's actually a fair comment. Savio definitely is better all round. 100%. Yeah. Savio has 6 or 7 assists for Haaland. I need to check it again. But he's got 6 or 7 assists for Haaland. Doku has 1. So obviously it doesn't... and that's why I say, for me, when you play Doku and Haaland, it's just fucking pointless, in my opinion. You know, if you can play Doku, you should play Marmoush as a false 9. Doku makes himself isolated, doesn't actually look up to connect with the other attackers. Yeah, I think at the same time, like I've said, I also think it's a coaching issue. We need to get players into the box, and hopefully that's where Reinders will help Doku. Reinders should help Doku. He should. Because if Reinders is getting into the box, yeah, then Doku's got a player to cut the ball back to. Yeah, because obviously, as Denton says here, Haaland's always at the back post. And I feel sorry for Doku on that. I've said that time and time again. I feel sorry for Doku at times because he gets past the player. He goes to cross the ball. He's got 1 player in the box, and it's Haaland. He's at the back post. I've said that for time. Doku isn't at fault for the isolation. Agreed. But it's irrelevant, isn't it, Kai? It's an irrelevant... you're right. He's not at fault for the isolation. But it's also irrelevant because he is isolated. And if he's not getting the ball to a player, we can sit here all day and say, oh, it's not his fault. But ultimately, we're just going to carry on for a decade. He has to find a solution. Exactly, bro. Facts. Facts, man. So, yeah, I give him another year. Yo, big up TJ says, Levy don't feel the pressure. He'll buy more kids for fun. Yeah, the guy's a joker, man. Yeah, he's not asked about winning. Yeah, and actually, funny enough, last week, yeah, when they were linked with Eze and Savio, I was like, yo, they've just won the Europa League. Are they about to... has he realised that winning trophies is actually pretty cool? Is he about to go serious? And then they've dilly-dallied on this Eze deal, lost out. And then... and now apparently, according to that guy, that Craig Jacob guy or whatever he's called, they're not prepared to meet the £67 million fee that City want for Savio. Okay, cool. But you know what, chat, yeah? When you're buying players that you want to big up TJ, when you're buying players that you think are going to propel your club forward, you've got to pay. You've got to pay up. Yeah, you've got to pay up. Sometimes you have to overpay. I was willing for my club to overpay this summer, going into the transfer window. I remember doing streams with you guys before we signed a single player. Yeah, a chat, is this true or not true? Before we signed a single player this transfer window, yeah, I said, this club might have to overpay for players and we just got to accept it because we need players in. And everyone knows we need players in. Now, in the end, actually, we got players in at fucking unbelievable prices. But I was fully prepared for the club to overpay and I would have been chill with it because we have to do it. It feels like with Spurs, they're never willing to go through that cycle. Yeah. They're not willing to go through that cycle of, oh, we're going to have to overpay a player, but it's better for us. That's what I'm saying. We didn't overpay on a single player. But I was happy for them. I was happy for them to do that. I was happy for them to do that. Men, we are okay. Rodrygo. So, oh yeah. Nah, we're not getting the right back in it though, Brooks. We're not getting the right back, bro. No chance. No way, bruh. It's not happening. The only right back we want is Livramento, and we're not getting him. So, yeah, that's a bit annoying. What's this? Rodrygo wants to stay. He accepts the challenge. Real Madrid have also not received any offers. Xabi Alonso has not directly told him he does not rely on him. That's a lot of BS. I'm telling you now, that's a load of BS. Yeah, the reason that, again, if the bid comes in for Rodrygo, he leaves. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. Bro, he didn't get on his head of Mastan Tuono, the guy they've just signed, man. This is fake news. Fake news. The guy didn't even get off the bench against Osasuna when Real Madrid were dead. Dead. Yeah, they brought on new signing Mastan Tuono ahead of Rodrygo. They brought on Dani Ceballos instead of Rodrygo. It's not happening, mate. Yeah, that's fake news. Fake news, man. If we get Rodrygo, then where does that leave Echeverri in 12 months? Depends what Echeverri's doing. If Echeverri's slamming it, he comes in, he fights. If not, he'll get sold. Yeah, he gets sold, bro. Yeah, Brahim Diaz started. Yeah, Brahim Diaz started over Rodrygo. Then Mastan Tuono come on ahead of Rodrygo, and people are saying that Rodrygo's happy to stay. Of course, he's not happy to stay. Yeah, he will stay if no bid comes in, because what else is he going to do? Go to the beach? Yeah, he's not going to go to the beach in Madrid, mate. It's not happening. He's relied on him for the past 2 months. He's not even played in 90 minutes under Xavi. Exactly, man. Exactly. Hey, Flaws, I rate Brahim Diaz, bro. I like Brahim Diaz. I actually rate him. I'm actually surprised, that no, big team has got him from Brahim Diaz to get him out. Because I actually think he's fucking mega. Yeah? I actually think the guy's a solid player. But that's what I'm saying. He's not even getting ahead of him. LB get Martin on. But you think I can force him on the channel, bro? You think I can force him? I can't force the guy on. I can't force him on, can I? What do you want to do? Force him. I can't force the guy to come on the stream chat. He wants to come on. Yeah, I know he wants to come on. I've sent him the link, but I can't force him on. I've sent him the link. What more can I do? If he doesn't accept the link, or don't click the link. Yeah, oh, he's actually here. Fucking hell, the timing on that's wild.
What? Timing on what?
The chat were going, why is Martin not on? I said, I can't force him to come on.
Sorry, I'm having, for some reason, when anyone sends me a StreamYard link, I'm going all glitcher.
It might be StreamYard, StreamYard's been weird, man. I can't lie. These last months, it's been proper weird, man.
Am I glitching out?
Yeah, visually lagging, but you sound
Right.
fine. But visually, you're like buffering.
Is that better? Is my sound all right?
Your sound was all right anyway. It was just your visuals.
Oh, what's going on here? I'm having a nightmare.
Maybe delete your cookies and stuff, innit? Delete your cache or whatever they say. Have you tried turning it off and on again?
What even turned on now? What is this doing?
I don't know, bro.
Even jump back. If not, I'll do it on my phone.
Moving like our midfield last year, Martin. Yeah, now your audio's cooked. Your audio's cooked now. Whoa. Yeah, I think he's gonna it's crazy, man. Tijani Ryder's brother is a decent right back, Bray. Let's get another Tijani at the football club. Hey, tell you what, if he's half as good as his brother, he'll be a good football player. What a Rolls Royce football player Tijani Ryder's his chat. Rolls Royce. I tell you what, yeah, I'm proper excited to see him play football again on Saturday. Proper excited, man. What a player he is. So technically gifted, so confident on the ball. Left foot, right foot, drives forward with it. Passing is good. He can shoot. Fucking hell, is there anything this lad can't do? Oh, my days. Yeah, he's a player that I'm looking forward to watching on Saturday, man. Yeah, he's mega. Big time. Johnny Stones as well.
Ah,
yo,
is that better?
Yeah. You're fresh now. Yeah, I wonder what was the, what did you, how did you fix it?
I'll just shut it now. I'm lagging again. What the frig's going on here?
Have you got applications open on your laptop or something? Like other apps?
No.
So it's literally just literally your browser, yeah, just literally.
It's just Microsoft Explorer.
Or using Microsoft Explorer?
Yeah. Why would you use Edge? Whatever it is.
Nah, I'm on Chrome, me.
Oh, look at you.
I'm a Chrome guy.
All right, I'm switched to my phone. It's easier.
All right, mate. See you in a sec. You starting Cherky v Spurs? Nah, I'm not starting him. I'm not changing the team apart from Marmoush for Doku. That's it. I'm dropping Doku, whack Marmoush in there, and everything else keep the same. I ain't changing the team. I'm not changing the team, man. I want to get a little bit of consistency going, man. Last year it was chop and change. We didn't get a single fucking 11 the same like 2 times in a row, probably. So yeah, I want to get same 11, just drop Doku for Marmoush. That's the only thing I'd probably do. Is it me or does Marmoush kind of look dead when he come on? He wasn't the best, was he? But he's still. Nah, I'm not starting Gvardiol. Nah, I'm not starting Gvardiol at all, bro. I'm not putting him straight back in the team when he's just come back from injury. No fucking way. He can be on a bench, man. Chill with ignoring Diaz and Stones. That's fine. Ain't no need to remember, bro. Gvardiol played every single game last year for club and country by 5 games. 5. He played every single game for club and country by 5 games. Ain't no way I'm putting Gvardiol back in the team straight away, especially not in a big game like that. So nah, sack that off, man. It's not like I'm begging for Gvardiol to come back into the team when I got Diaz and Stones in there anyway. I'm happy, man. Where's Foden? He wasn't on the bench. I don't know. Was he in training, chat? Let me find the... Let me go on City's Twitter page and see if they put the training pics up. Manchester City. Do you know if Foden was in training, chat? Foden was in training. Nice. Nice, man. Foden was in training. I can see Haaland's in training. Oh, that was McAtee. Oh, shit. This must have been a couple of days ago. McAtee, wasn't it? Bernardo, Gonzalez, Aït-Nouri, Nunes, Bob, Trafford, Nico, Abdelkadir. So, yeah, that's good then. If Foden's been in training, that's decent. Would you not play Nunes for Rico just for his physicality? Who plays left wing? They don't have a left winger, did they? Spurs. Because Son left. And they're not getting Eze. Who's their left winger now, chat? Spurs. Tell. I thought they played Kudus as a 10, no? I thought they played Kudus down the middle. I swear they played Kudus down the middle.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I could hear you before.
I sound like a skit out of bloody Max and Paddy. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. What are you saying, mate?
Oh, you know. What am I saying? I want this window to be over. Can we start talking football?
I know,
I'm knackered.
Mate, I tell you what, mate. Yeah, this Ederson. Listen, the Savio Rodrygo one, I'm still a little bit like interested about. I find it curious, but this Ederson Donnarumma deal is so long, mate. Like it's so boring, isn't it?
The trouble is, we're waiting on Galatasaray. Do you know what makes no sense? Is Dap said this earlier. Why are we being told Galatasaray is sending someone over to talk about Akanji? Well, who's been here talking about Ederson then?
Well, Akanji, yeah, but Martin, did you not see Akanji tweeted? Akanji apparently doesn't know anything about it.
Well, no, this is the problem at the moment. I think so. You know what it is? Somebody's leaking stuff to Fabrizio that nobody in the club also knows. Somebody at the club is being a bit naughty here, is what I honestly believe. I think there's probably one person leaking stuff to Fabrizio, and none of the players know. Because I'm telling you now, I'm guessing here. It wouldn't surprise me if someone from the club told Akanji to do that.
So what? Someone from the club told Akanji to tweet to reply to Fabrizio.
Yeah.
Why though? Why would they do that?
because I know there's a little bit of unsettlement at the moment. They don't want to, because listen, we hear about all this, and so do the players. And when they keep reading the close and the this and the bids come in, and from City's point of view, now it's coming. Ederson was training today.
No, but I don't understand. I don't get why City would tell
Because I think,
Akanji. Why would
because
City
I think
tell Akanji that though? I don't get it.
because the club are not. You got to admit the club are moving in a way that they don't normally move.
Yeah, because
Oh, they're not used to.
director.
Yeah. That they're not used to.
Yeah.
So I think some of the players, because I don't want to say old school, I don't want to say used to certain things. Maybe it's the case because someone just said this on Stateside Blues. It's a very Americanized way of sell a player without informing the player.
But I
So
think
maybe someone's done that.
No,
maybe
but
someone's sold a Akanji and he doesn't know.
No, because do you not remember that? Do you not remember that bit of news come out about a month ago? Chat, was it Jack Gorn about a month ago that said City are telling the players that they are looking to sell, like get rid of some of these players. City going to tell the players.
Yeah. No. I think they know that, yeah. But I don't. I think the players are like, do I not get a say in where I'm going?
Well, of course they get a say. You can't just flog a player to somewhere. They've got to agree to.
Well, that's what I mean. So Akanji's like, okay, well, have a discuss. Can I? Because this is my thing with Ederson is Ederson's training. Right now, it doesn't look like there's any inroads to a fee.
I know. Well, City apparently want 25 million
doing?
euros, and I just don't think you're going to get that, Martin.
I don't think you're going to get the money out of Spurs.
No, I know.
If
But at least the Ederson one is like an easier deal to do because the fees are lower. So, you know, and the other thing as well with the Ederson deal is if Ederson really wants to go, I think City would be more willing to sort of like do Ederson a favour, whereas they're not going to do Savio a favour. He's a 21-year-old who's got mad prospects. I'm just going to let him walk out the door on a cheap, are they?
No, and I know Savio's a bit upset because he hasn't actually officially said he wants to leave. All he said was his agent. You know how agents are. Oh, Spurs are interested. All right, what would they ask for? That doesn't mean he's asked to leave. He's just asked the question. Is that a lot of players do? A lot of players ask, but he's not officially said, I want out. He's never done that.
No, but
because he's actually injured. He's injured at the minute.
I don't believe that for 1 second.
Okay.
Do you actually believe he's injured?
That's what I've been told by various people. That he is.
I don't believe he's injured. I don't think he's
because you remember, why did City bring out Inside City today? Because apparently Ederson and Savio aren't in training, but they brought that video out today and made it all training. Of like, oh look, they're all training.
Yeah, they are.
It's like City are trying to counter things at the minute.
Yeah, but Savio's not in that training, though, is he?
No, he is training. He's been training inside because he has got an injury.
So is he actually turning up to the training now? Like actually,
the
actual.
Yeah. He's training at the CFA.
Right, so he's not at home.
No.
Yeah.
He is there, and Ederson's been there. So I mean, Ederson's diving around the bloody thing. But saying that, Ortega's training. Rodry's training all the bloody time.
Well, the problem that you've got here is, mate, is that the window closes in 10 days.
Yep.
And we've had no bids for Ortega.
Nope.
We've still not had any bids for Gundogan. We've rejected a bid for Kovacic from Saudi Arabia. We're apparently close on a deal to sell Akanji to Galatasaray, but Akanji has no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
Savio wants to go to Spurs, but says Spurs ain't going to pay the money. And Ederson's apparently agreed to go to Galatasaray about 3 months ago, but yet we're still in talks in terms of negotiation. And this is all happening at a time when Pep Guardiola came out and said the squad is at an unhealthy level. So something's got to give. So this is what I'm saying. I wonder if City are playing hardball, but come the end of the window, maybe City just go, fuck it, we actually just need to get rid of some of these players because
then. So I mean, if I was a betting man, and I'm not, I do think Donnarumma happens. I do think
Okay.
Donnarumma.
Well, you think is that on the back of Ederson going as well? Because
Yes.
you're not going to buy Donnarumma.
No. For Donnarumma to come, it has to be Ederson go. The Savio one's the I want. I don't see Spurs going to the level City want.
I agree.
If they can't get Eze over the line and they can't get Gibbs White over the line, what's making me think they're going to get a club record bid in for Savio in the next 10 days?
The only way they do it is if they're just absolutely humiliated by the current situation and they just go, you know what, we've just got to.
And you said it this morning, Simon Bedell, there is still an element of what happened with Spurs. Spurs and City don't get on. That doesn't help. They're not dealing direct with Spurs.
Mm.
Do you know that we never dealt direct with Spurs with Harry Kane? We've now done the same thing. We're not dealing direct with Levy. It's being done by a third party way. And that never helps. That never helps. Because unfortunately, there is a grudge there now. There is a grudge between Spurs and City. We all know that. We all know they don't get on as a football club. Because officially, and they've never actually made a second bid. There was talk of a second bid. They never actually made the second bid.
And the initial bid apparently was 45 million. And City wants 67. Yeah. So are they? Have you ever heard a club chat? Have you ever heard a club bid 45 million and then jump to 67?
Well, they want 70.
Yeah, but you know, 67, 70. That's a big ass jump. You hear clubs going from 45 to 50, maybe even 55, but 45 to call it 70 million. That is huge.
Unless they get desperate now.
Miles apart. Well, Demo's saying they offered 70, man. But again, it depends on who you're listening to, though, Demo, man. Because some people are saying it wasn't 70 million, it was 45 million pound.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing. Are we dealing in euros or are we dealing in pounds there?
Fuck knows.
I don't see City dealing in euros.
That's another thing, mate. Because like all the journalists all report stuff in different currencies, and it gets confusing.
Because it's all coming from the foreign journalists are going to do it in euros. Because apart from England, everyone deals in euros, don't they, generally? Unless it's like America. England are in pounds. So when you hear, because that's the thing, no one locally has ever put a price out on Savio. It's all come from the journals abroad. And Sam Lee, I don't know, do you listen to the Not In My Lifetime podcast?
No, I've not listened to it, no.
Sam Lee come out with the best line ever. He said, Manchester City dealing with Spurs is like waking up in the morning with blood in your piss.
Oh, see, yeah, I did see that.
You don't want to deal with that. And that was an actual line. I paid for the podcast. That's what he said. That's the way City look at this.
We've got some
don't really want to deal with it.
We've got some breaking news now coming out of Turkey by Mekteb Aygala, the Galatasaray account. Due to Galatasaray suspending the Ederson transfer, Manchester City is unable to make a move for Donnarumma. Man United have now started efforts to sign Gianluigi Donnarumma.
There you go, then. That means they won't bid the money.
Yeah, so that means Ederson stays.
That means Ederson stays and we move.
So we're back to the initial situation of Ederson #1 goalkeeper, Trafford #1 next year.
Yeah, and that means the Donnarumma dream's over.
The Donnarumma dream's over. Even though Donnarumma wanted to join Manchester City, he preferred Manchester City over United. But he obviously can't be signed if we still have Ederson.
And this isn't City's fault, by the way. And this sort of thing, this isn't City's fault. This is City just...
depends on what you think about the fee that they're asking. It depends on the fee.
Yeah.
It depends on the fee. The fee. If you think the fee is fair, then you're right. If you think the fee is probably a little bit unreasonable, then you're not right. What do you think on the fee? Do you think the fee is fair? 25 million euros, 21 million quid.
I think that's a bit high. I think that's too high. And 10 million euros is too low. Remember, they are dealing in euros, so that's what, £8 million. Ederson's worth more than that. I think if they'd have got to 15 million euros, so about what, 12, I think City would have dealt. I don't think they want to go over that 10 million.
Yeah, but Will, are they gonna fucking quit this whole deal over 3 million euros? I don't see it. I don't see Galatasaray pulling out of the deal for €3 million, because if they go to sort of like get Diogo Costa, they're going to be spending more than that on Diogo Costa anyway.
Yeah. I mean, it is what the thing is. Same as Savio, they have a fee, and you've got to get to the fee. You look at someone like Vissa. Brentford are demanding 60 million for him now.
Yeah, I know.
This is the problem. Yes, and I get not getting Ederson is not keeping Ederson means no Donnarumma. Well, all right then. If you're Donnarumma, you signed? Okay, I'm going to put this on the plate. Let's see how desperate City are for Donnarumma, though.
Yeah. No, I hear it.
Because this will show now. City will now go back to Galatasaray and go, right, we'll take your offer. Let's see how desperate City are to move Ederson. That's my crux of me. I don't think they are desperate. Though.
I don't think.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't think they are desperate to move.
No, they're not desperate, are they? I don't think they're desperate at all, man. Yeah, I mean, I think City are more than happy to keep Ederson as a goalkeeper. I think they're more than happy to keep Ederson. Pep's more than happy to keep Ederson. So yeah, Kays, this isn't negative news. This is positive news if you want to keep Ederson. Depends on your viewpoint. But you're losing him for free next year anyway. You are losing him for free, but at the same time, if you go and get Donnarumma, you're also creating yourself a bit of a problem for next year anyway, because you've got to sell either him or Trafford next year, because they ain't going to sit on the bench forever, isn't it? Trafford might do one year on the bench, but he's not going to do multiple years on the bench.
And you know how City work. That's why they let KDB go out. They let everyone out. Everyone who's done 8 years, 9 years, and has done significant work for the club has gone out on a free. Bernardo out on a free. John Stones out on a free. This is different because I don't think it is a mad one. But as what Dap said to me and Alan once, he says, we can't allow others to go out on a free and then tell Ederson we've got to, let him go out for a bag of chips.
Why? Who else has gone out on a free?
Fernandinho went out. Zabaleta went out. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Maybe they've just decided we'll let Ederson go out on a free. Maybe that's what they decided. Maybe they think respect is more important than money.
It probably depends a lot on Ederson though as well, about how much does Ederson want to leave? Is Ederson happy just to do one more year? Or is he at the point where he's like, I really don't want to do any more time at City. I've done my time. I want to leave.
But let's go back 5 weeks. Do you remember that statement from
as a player that's looking desperately to get out? He strikes me as a player that he's looking to leave, but he doesn't strike me.
But he's not desperate.
I don't know what you think, chat. Do you think Ederson's the type of player that he's trying to desperately get out of the club? It doesn't strike me as the type of player that's desperately trying to get out. I just think he strikes me as the type of player that probably does want to leave, but will do another year if he needs to.
Is Ederson also henching the bets on the Saudi free move?
Well, again, that's probably in the back of his mind. That's probably another reason why he's probably not desperate to leave, because he knows that if he stays and does one more year, he can go Saudi and get a mad sign-on bonus next season.
He can sign anywhere outside of England in January. He can sign for a pre-contract.
Yeah, in January, he can sign.
That's what I'm saying. So
pre-contract agreement.
So maybe he's just thought, you know what, I'll take my chances for a year. City have thought, you know what, we got Trafford.
Yeah,
I think they've done. It's.
By the way, just for FYI, just FYI, I don't have to explain every single thing that I do. I don't believe that source. I'm just putting it up because it's just literally just broken.
The only reason that makes sense. Yeah. I mean, you can believe whichever. The trouble is with the sources. There was a source. Was it the same guy yesterday who said Galatasaray have told City 72 hours, make your decision? Well, we're now at 72 hours. Nearly.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm not believing none of these Turkish journalists. I'm not believing any of them. I'm just putting it up on screen because it literally just broke 3 minutes ago. But I'm not believing any of these journalists, bro. These Turkish journalists have been telling us this Ederson deal's been done for about 2 weeks. So I'm not just gonna fucking believe just a random thing that says fucking it's all over. Donnarumma's going United. Because these Turkish journalists for me have zero credibility. Zero.
Yeah, but LB, you got to remember how fans work. Anything if that source should have come out tonight and said Ederson's one step away from joining Galatasaray, would people have believed it? But because it's news that is a bit negative.
Well, no, I don't think people should believe it because they've been saying that for about 2 weeks. So
yeah, that's been my argument for 2 weeks. I'm sick of hearing that we're pushing the bids coming soon. What is this, Soon FC? What are Galatasaray doing here? Put the bid down, and if you want the player, put the bid down, or let's negotiate. With due respect, he's our player.
Yeah. I agree. No, I agree.
Yes, we're open to negotiations, but again, we don't actually know the full amount Galatasaray. Maybe they've said 10 million euros and we'll give you $1 million now and 9 million over 5 years. So you're going, well, what's the point of that? Might as well let him go for free.
Let me check this fucking journalist guy that this guy in the chat said the only normal Turkish journalist is this guy called Yagiz. So I brought him up. He was the one that 2 days ago brought the news about Akanji. But there's nothing on here recently about in fact, let me search his account. Ederson.
Just while you're doing that, here's a question. Someone just put like Wrexham. Callum Doyle's going to Wrexham for 8 million. Are we saying Ederson and Callum Doyle are the same fee?
Well, I can't believe we're getting 8 million. I can't believe we're getting 8 million. Apparently, Nabil says this guy's legit. Yeah, I can't believe we're only getting 8 million for him, to be honest.
You're still talking a treble-winning goalie here.
Yeah. He's still young for a goalkeeper. What is he, 32?
That's what I'm saying. Our City asking for something that's actually out of the realms of being unserious.
So this is apparently, according to Kays, according to that good guy, apparently Nabil says, apparently this journalist is actually legit. So he said, yeah, tomorrow on Insider, I'll explain why it's dragging on and never seems to end, who's obstructing it, who's trying to sabotage, who was going to take a 50% commission from another player but couldn't get a commission from Ederson. So they're trying to derail the deal.
Who's that from? Sorry, when did that come out?
That came out yesterday. Like today, but yesterday, if you get me, 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. Right, I'll tell you now, that was the exact email I got yesterday. That in the next day or two, the Ederson situation will be explained.
So I don't get it. Who's trying to derail the deal?
I don't know, and I had that in it. I will forward you the email. Things were going to start to be explained soon.
I don't understand that. Chat, does anybody understand this? Who's trying to take a 50% commission? Who's trying to derail it? I don't get it. Who's trying to derail the deal? City don't want the deal derailed. Ederson doesn't want the deal derailed. And Galatasaray don't want the deal derailed. So who's trying to derail the deal?
Could it be the agents? Are the agents asking for more money than what they want?
The agent? Yeah, but the agent gets nothing if the deal's not done. Isn't it? If the deal doesn't get done, the agent gets zero. So it's not in the agents. It's not in the agent's
the agent gets a bigger fee if he goes on a free.
True. That's probably true, actually. That's actually probably true, isn't it? If he gets a sign-on bonus next year,
yeah. The agents go in. Well, he's technically a free now. Can I have my bigger bonus? I'm surmising because again, I'm waiting. I'm so glad you put that up because I was on the phone with someone earlier about this. I'll tell you what fair it was, and when I tell you, you'll know it's legit. I can't tell in the chat because I can't. I'm not going to give away people's names live on air. But that is the exact thing I got. Was in the next day or two. This will be explained on Ederson. I don't know why. I'm waiting for bated breath like everybody else. Something's gone. Something stopped this.
This same guy, by the way, this same journalist is saying that Galatasaray have sent a representative to England to meet with Manchester City sporting director Hugo Viana to advance negotiations for the Manuel Akanji transfer. And this is on the back of Manuel Akanji replying to Fabrizio saying he has no idea about this. So that's a bit weird. And for Akanji to put that on Instagram is such a public situation, and knowing that that would get such public attention tells me that that's just a weird situation. That apparently Galatasaray have a person in England right now. I imagine that means right now to negotiate a transfer, but Akanji has no idea about it. That's weird, man.
That's what I mean. There's something weird going on at the minute.
Unless Fabrizio's Instagram post stated that agreement was nearly made or agreement was made. So maybe Akanji knows that there's interest, but maybe Fabrizio went too soon on the agreement. So Akanji's just sort of like responded and just put, I don't know about this. But he actually does know about the interest. He's just saying, I don't know about the agreement.
The agreement.
You know?
See, and that's the thing, and people will make surmises. Some will say Akanji's lying. That's the trouble. Who's lying? Who's telling the truth now? We don't know.
I think Fabrizio jumped the gun. I think Akanji knows there's interest, but I don't think there is.
Oh, yeah, there definitely is.
But the thing is, as well, right? There's obviously not an agreement, Martin.
Oh, they have agreed a fee.
No, I don't think. Well, why have they sent a negotiator over then if they've agreed a fee? That makes no sense.
Because they haven't spoke to Akanji. And that's what Fabrizio's saying in his latest video. Because he changed it. Because when he did his tweet, he then did a video. And the video said, yes, they've agreed a fee, but they haven't done anything with Akanji. Maybe that's what Akanji's saying. Well, I don't know about because they haven't approached me yet. That's the thing. Maybe they just haven't sat with Akanji yet.
Do you know the post? And this is really annoying, chat, because he deleted it, so we can't actually see what the guy said. Do you know his original post? Yeah. Was his original post about the club fee, or was it about?
Yes, yeah, that's what Matt's put in. Club. Fabrizio said club to club agreement.
So he
changed
the club
it.
Agreed the fee.
Yes.
A pictures on it on Twitter. Let me see if I can find the actual original, like, because it's Fabrizio's original post.
Akanji's on about 180 a week, 106, between 160 180 a week.
Yeah, I think they'll pay that. Oh, yeah. So he put Galatasaray are close to reaching an agreement with Manchester City for Akanji. Official bid worth £15 million has been accepted, pending details to be sorted with the club. Pending details to be sorted and then club-to-club deal done. Now, he never actually mentioned anything about personal terms in there.
Mm-hmm.
But again, if City have accepted a bid, it would be weird that they've not told.
Akanji.
Yeah, which tells me it's not true. He's also said more details need to be finalised. That probably means Akanji agreed. Yeah, quite a big fucking part, isn't it?
That's what I mean. It's becoming what Fabrizio does. He says something and then backtracks a little bit. He sort of goes too far and then backtracks.
That's because what they do, these journalists, yeah, especially people like Fabrizio, is they try and put it out before. Like, because their whole reputation.
They want the exclusive.
Bro, it's fucking, what's that guy called, chat? The American geezer. Yeah, it's not about being accurate. It's about being first. Isn't it?
Yeah, that's what Denzel Washington. Was it Denzel Washington?
Denzel, man. Big up Denzel every time.
That's what he said. It's about being first. Man.
And this is what I'm saying. So he's obviously got news. Yeah, I tell you what, he's probably been told there, yeah. He's probably been told by Viana. Viana's probably told, because obviously we all know that Viana's basically speaking to this guy. I think pretty much every single City fan accepts that.
I think we know it's coming from Viana to Fabrizio.
Yeah, it's coming from Viana. I don't really care about that yet, but obviously Viana's probably said to Fabrizio, "Oh, we're working on a deal. It's looking like it's going to be 15 million quid. We think the bid's coming. We're going to accept it, and then the deal will get done." And he's just gone, sound, boom, done. And he's probably put the tweet out. Viana's probably seen it and gone, "What the fuck are you putting that out for? I didn't say that. I said it's like near." And then because he's trying to get first, because you know this journalist gig, yeah. All these journalists now, it's all about breaking the news in it and like getting the big transfer news.
Yeah.
And like,
Well, if you
know,
look at Fabrizio's tweets, LB, when if you've got all his tweets back through the week, you'll notice nothing really changes but the occasional word.
bro,
It becomes
he
still
tweeted
pushing.
the other day, yeah. He tweeted the other day. What day was it? Was it Tuesday? No, it was Monday, I think it was. Monday or Tuesday, right? And he tweeted in the morning about Rodrygo, and it was exactly the same tweet as the tweet from the previous night. Pretty much exactly the same. And I'm like, bro, like you're just rehashing the news.
Yeah.
What's Santi saying? Oh no, that's just a post.
And then again, we'll have all this. It's like the Ake and Everton stuff. Now there is interest from Everton. That is true.
There you go.
But again, show us the money. Where's the bid?
There you go. Apparently, according to Santi Ayuna, Akanji's agent is requested a 1.5 million euro signing on bonus.
And there you go.
Does that mean the agent wants 1.5 million, or does that mean the agent is trying to get Akanji 1.5 million?
Probably a bit of both. It'll be he gets it and then he gets off the player.
So that 1.5 is not all for the agent; that's for the player.
No,
but then he gets some of that.
Don't forget the
like
player.
Yeah,
the player employs the agent, not vice versa. The agent doesn't work for City. He doesn't work for Galatasaray. He works for Akanji.
So Akanji will get that, and then Akanji will have to give.
And then Akanji gives him money off it.
I mean, that's not even that much money, really, in football terms, is it, chat? It's like what 6 weeks, 7 weeks.
Well, it was like the Rodrygo was house hunting. That was mentioned about 6 weeks ago. So is that just rehashed from weeks ago? Because I heard the same thing on Gibbs White. Remember, Gibbs White was house hunting.
Yeah, I know.
Because remember, his car was all around Trafford Centre. Oh, look, he's way with Foden. That's what.
Well, Rodrygo's obviously available, Martin. I mean, fucking hell. I mean, I don't really know how some people are still pretending or believing that Rodrygo's not available when he's played 28 minutes out of the last 6 games. He was on the bench yesterday. He didn't come off the bench against Osasuna. He started 1 game in the Club World Cup. And you've got all these links, and people are still out here pretending like everything's fine and Rodrygo doesn't actually want to leave Real Madrid and shit. It's just like, what? Mm-hmm. And they bought Mastantuono, who will play off the right. Yeah. So he's obviously available. And if he is available, City are talking to him, he probably has done a little bit of, hunting.
The problem with Rodrygo, do you know what wouldn't surprise me? Say City say to Tottenham 70 million. There's what, 8 days left, 9 days left? Say this drags on, because I'll be honest, nothing's going to happen between now and the weekend. So you're into the final week. Say nothing gets done until Tuesday, Wednesday. It's not leaving you a lot of room to get anything done on the Rodrygo side.
Martin,
you're running out of time now.
Bro, telling me that there's plenty of time left. I said the same thing.
Not on a Rodrygo deal. This is not Jack Grealish on loan.
Facts.
Yeah, this isn't Jack Grealish on loan.
Yeah, exactly. Or if there was a release clause. Yeah, maybe. But there's no release clause, apparently. Well, there will be a release clause. There has to be. But
well, it'll be what City have to do then. If Real Madrid go 100 million euros, we have to pay 100 million euros. We haven't got time to negotiate now.
That's exactly.
And not only that, with Rodrygo, LB, there's sponsorships involved in these deals with these kind of players. So with Haaland, if you remember, he had 7 meetings. Took 6.5 months to get that Haaland deal over the line. Declan Rice took 12 months to get over the line. You all saw Florian Wirtz. Florian Wirtz took 3 months for Liverpool making their bid to close the deal. 3 months. To get Rodrygo done, they're going to have to be very quick here. Very quick.
Yo, Rodrygo, big up for the tag. Apparently, Lequip are now jumping on this Donnarumma to United.
Have we been used? Let me put some out there. Have we been used?
1 second. Let me just read this out real quick. If this is from the Queep, apparently, chat. Donnarumma has a contractual agreement with Manchester City. His arrival at the Sky Blues depends on Ederson's departure to Galatasaray. However, this matter seems to be at a standstill. Rival of Manchester City, United, is ready to pounce on Donnarumma. So now they're saying the same thing as that Galatasaray account from 20 minutes ago. So what do you mean? Are we being used? Explain how you think we might be being used.
Because apparently United were interested in Donnarumma or a goalkeeper 2 weeks ago, and they've sat in the
They were
shadow.
interested in a goalkeeper, bro. Have you seen the state of their goalkeepers?
Okay, then. So Donnarumma's that desperate to get to Manchester City. Well, why is he negotiating off to United then? So is he that desperate to come to City?
Because he's probably going tick tack, tick tack. What the fuck is going on? I thought I was going to be signed for you by now. And City keep on saying to him, "We'll sign you, but before we sign you, we need to get rid of Ederson." And he's probably going, "Well, hang on a minute. I've got no Brett in the chat. I've got no fucking football club here. The season started. I want to be playing football."
Yeah, no, that's true, and I get what he needs to move. Because by the way, well, is he still contracted to PSG?
He's got 1 more year. He's got 1 year contract, but they don't even want him in the squad though, man. They're not even having him in the squad.
Okay.
So he wants to come to City, but City are only signing him once we get rid of Galatasaray, when we get rid of Ederson.
So basically, Donnarumma is in the same situation as Ederson is at Manchester City.
No, completely different. If Ederson's deal breaks down to Galatasaray, he'll be Manchester City's #1 goalkeeper. If Donnarumma deal to Manchester City,
Is that what we're saying? Is Ederson going to become #1 again?
Yeah. Pep's already said it. Pep said it in a press conference.
No, that's fine. No, I'm only again. I'm surmising. Could you say can we go back to the original deal of Donnarumma sit tight for a year, Ederson you sit tight for a year, and we'll do the swap in 12 months?
No.
I'm just putting it out there. I'm just putting it out there.
No, Donnarumma's not gonna, bro. He's not even be on the bench. Donnarumma will just be chilling for a whole year. Nah, he's not gonna do that, mate. He'd rather go United.
No, that's what. Yeah, but that's all I'm saying. I'm thinking of ways of could it still happen because could Donnarumma just stays back up for the year at PSG? Ederson stays back up at City, and they just do a swap. Well, as in one in, one out.
Your World Cup year is not even going to be playing. They don't want him in the squad. Nah.
Well, doesn't James Trafford have a key to that? Because he wants to be England's #1 for World Cup.
I think he's accepted that he's not going to be #1 this year in the World Cup. So he's accepted it. But Donnarumma is not going to accept that because he is the #1. He is the #1 man. So I don't know. Maybe this is just Galatasaray putting this news out to sort of like try and pressure City.
Scare City.
But at the same time, I can 100% see this being true. Because Donnarumma is not going to sit around forever, is he? I mean, to be fair to Donnarumma, he's in a really shit situation. Like, I feel a bit sorry for the guy personally. Like, he just won the treble with PSG. They've told him to do one. And now he's sitting here waiting to join City. He wants to join City. That's what we're being told. I want to join City. I want to play for Pep Guardiola. But City is saying, sorry, mate, we can't sign him until we get rid of Ederson.
I think
we're struggling to get rid of Ederson because of the price that we're charging.
I think it's a shit situation all around because Ederson's not going to get a good rub off the fans after this.
And this is why I think that it's probably just in the best interest, Martin, just to sell Ederson to Galatasaray, accept the L on the fee, and just get it done.
But with due respect, and this, I don't mean anyone in here, and I know they're idiots. You saw the abuse Ederson got last season. What's he going to get because some will blame Ederson now for Donnarumma. Some will.
But how on earth is it?
Because I don't know. That's the way people work. There are people in your chat now saying Ederson can fuck off.
Yeah, but it's not his decision; it's the club's decision.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not blaming people. I'm just the way people get emotional, don't they? People get angry and they lash out. It's like Savio. You've seen people do it with Savio already. Savio, get out of the club. We want Rodrygo, and that's the problem.
But this is why I think that maybe it's probably in the best interest of everybody if City just accept the fee for Ederson. Allow him to go. We take the L on the fee. The first L we've taken this window, by the way. That would be the first L we've taken this window because the Reinders deal, we got a cheap price. Cherky, fuck me. He's probably a 70, 80, 90 million pound player. We got him for 30. And Ike Nora we probably got for 10 million pound cheaper. So again,
by the way,
if we have to
you're saying all this. Have you read your chat? Have you read your chat on Ederson at the minute? And you're saying no one's going to blame Ederson.
I don't know how people are blaming Ederson. How can anyone blame Ederson? This isn't his decision. He's not the
This
one.
is what I mean.
It's the sporting director, Hugo Viana. He's the one that set the price.
Yeah, and
He's the one
people can react how they want. I agree with that. I mean, by the way, we've not even got Ortega gone yet. Ortega's too busy doing stupid photo poses in his winning team thing,
Well, I don't know
standing
what
on
the
his
fuck's
head.
going on there. There's not even been a bid. At least we know there's a club trying to sign Ederson. Like, we have no idea. We just know random German teams are apparently interested in Ortega. We've heard absolutely nothing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yes, that's what I'm saying. We've not even got Ortega gone. Never mind Ederson.
No, I
It's
don't.
like-
What I'm saying is, bro. I don't know if I said it in the right way. Is because I think it's in the best interests if Ederson leaves. Yeah, because I don't think he's headed in the game. I don't think he really wants to be here, and I think we need to move on.
It's not going to end well. It's going to
end
end
new
like
era,
Karl.
and I think we need to move on. Whether that's Trafford or Donnarumma or whatever, but I think we need to move on.
Yeah.
What I'm saying just quickly, man. Let me just finish off this. Yeah, what I'm saying is, bro. My point is we've signed 3 players so far. Yeah, Reinders, Cherky, Aitnori. All 3 of them we've done fantastic deals on, and we've underpaid on all 3 of them. If we have to just accept 1 L on a transfer fee, and we sell Ederson for 10 million, which is probably 5, 6, 7 million less than what he's worth. I just think sometimes in life you get a sick deal, and we've had 3, and sometimes you get a shit deal, and we'll get 1. That's my point, bro. I just think it might be worth on this occasion just taking the lower fee, knowing that you're getting a lower fee, but going, you know what? I think it's in the best interest if that happens. We know we're getting a lower fee, but the overall situation of the whole transfer window is we're still massively, massively up, because a Cherky for me is a 90. He's probably a 75, 80 million pound player. Maybe.
Oh,
more.
we've still got enough to win this league.
And we signed him for 30. So that one slight L on Ederson, it's irrelevant because you're still massively up on the other 3 anyway. How is it an L? I've just literally explained it's an L. Would you? I don't know. And I can't explain all again. I've just explained why it's an L.
If
But it's an L
make
that I'm happy to take. I'm happy to take that L. Sometimes in life, you got to take the L. And I think this is a time you just take the L and move on.
I'm going to make a dramatic thing here. I do think the Ederson thing will end the same way as Walker ended, sadly.
Well, it all depends on what his performances are like. But his performances
I mean,
at the Club World Cup didn't get any better. That's my problem.
No. First game back, we could do with him pulling off a few saves and a penalty save or something. We could do like a man of the match performance.
Can you imagine if he comes back on his first game, he makes errors like he was in the Club World Cup?
Jesus, no.
I mean,
no.
I don't Trafford played against fucking Wolves. Trafford was fantastic.
Well, that 3rd goal said it all.
What do you mean?
Just that 3rd goal we scored was just James Trafford.
When Trafford put the ball over the top. Yeah, I know.
And I think, by the way, I think some people have misunderstood Nobbins' take on the stats. I think people misunderstood Nobbins a little bit. That's what I do in my defence for Nobbins is when Nobbins is saying, yes, what the stats are correct, what people are saying. I think what Nobbins is saying. Like, Nobbins had a lot of stick today and yesterday, because he said these stats, the distribution stats for Donnarumma are similar to Ederson and all that. And Nobbins made a great point, and he said there's a difference between a ball over the top and just putting the ball into the middle and a player getting on the end of it. So, for example, Trafford will punt a ball over the top, and in his head, when he kicks the ball, he's got a target in mind. He knows the player it's going to, and he knows what the end game is. Donnarumma will also do kicks like that, but a kick into the midfield where 2 people run onto it and get it is more of a chance ball. And I don't mean chance ball as in Donnarumma's crap at kicking. Just there's a difference in the distribution of the kick.
I don't get it. What we're doing here? Are people trying to gaslight me and tell me that Donnarumma's at the same level as Ederson?
Some people are saying that Donnarumma's distribution is not far off Ederson's distribution. He's not as bad as people.
I'm telling you something. There is no goalkeeper in this land that has any distribution anywhere near Ederson. There's never been a goalkeeper, in my opinion, and there'll never be a goalkeeper with the distribution of Ederson. The guy's an absolute freak. Yeah, Ortega has good distribution. It's miles away from Ederson. Bravo had good distribution. It's miles away from Ederson. Ederson was probably the greatest goalkeeper of all time with the ball at his feet. There's no goalkeeper that comes close. You can still have good ball-playing goalkeepers, but nobody will ever, ever, ever be close to Ederson. The stats might tell you he's close, but we've all got eyes.
The only reason I did it was, LB,
No
because I want to jump in a minute, I was on a show with Obbins and he made a comment someone made a comment, with the stats on this is Donnarumma's distribution, this is Ederson's, this is Trafford's, they're all similar. So we can't say Donnarumma can't kick. And Nobbins said there's a difference in the quality of the kicking and the distribution is what he's meaning. And Nobbins got quite pelters for that. So I just wanted to defend my boy Nobbins. That was all.
Well, fair enough. I mean, the thing is, Donnarumma might have decent passing numbers, and his stats might be similar to Ederson, but he's not going to be anywhere near Ederson's distribution level. And to think that he will be is ridiculous. He's going to be nowhere near him. Ederson's the greatest.
But his shot stopping's better.
But his shot stopping will be better, 100%. Yeah. But like, we can't compare goalkeepers to Ederson.
You're never going to find Ederson again. You're never going to get Ederson ever again. The same way you're never going to get. We do this all the time. Cherky's not KDB. No, he's not. Because no one's KDB. Again, no one's Rodrygo. No, because no one's Rodrygo. No one is Rodrygo, no one is KDB, and no one is Ederson. We're never going to get a regen of the exact same legend we've just let go out the building.
Agreed.
Newcastle United have never had Alan Shearer back, have they? What we're doing is you can get similar, traits, but you're never going to get like Haaland and Aguero. You put Haaland and Aguero next to each other and watch both games, they're about as far apart in strikers as you can watch.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't make one bad and the other one good and the other one good and the other one bad.
Mm-hmm. No,
it's your preference on what you want, really. It's a personal preference, that one, for me.
Oh, yeah, of course it is. It's just what people prefer. It's like the Grealish Doku debate, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yes.
A lot of people
the winger debate
like
is spot on.
Don't like Doku. A lot of people that like Doku don't like Grealish because it's your opinion on the style of player they are.
Spot on. And
that's why
Doku's a direct winger. Grealish isn't. Grealish is a different type of winger. Exactly. Grealish and Leroy Sané are miles apart.
Some people, are saying Doku's that is miles clear of Rodrygo, and other people are literally laughing at these people. And it's like, if you think, but like, who's to say they're wrong? Like, it's just an opinion, isn't it? At the end of the day, like, I think,
let's be honest,
it's just an opinion.
Is Savio and Rodrygo the same quality of player? No, they're not right now. They're just not.
No,
doesn't make Savio a crop player. Doesn't make Rodrygo.
Savio could 100% go on to be a better player than Rodrygo in the future. There's no guarantee of that, though. This is the thing that people, I think, bank too much on potential. They say, well, Savio will be better than him in 3 years. No guarantee of that. There's no guarantee. He might be, and he probably will. Like, Savino's got a big future, I think. But there's no guarantee. It's all potential.
Like because with Cole Palmer. We didn't know Cole Palmer was going to be like he was.
But Martin, if that was true, about the because the thing is, a lot of people grown up on FIFA, and when you buy the young players on FIFA, they always get better every year. Yeah, they never get worse. They always get better every single year. So everyone just thinks now, because we've all grown up on FIFA, that if you just buy a young player, they get better every year. That's not how it works. If that was true, Fergie would have just bought all the best 20-year-olds in the world and then just never did it. What did he do when he lost the league in 2012? Did he go out and buy a 20-year-old? No, he went and bought Van Persie from Arsenal. Why did he not just go and get a 20-year-old? Because he wanted a player that could deliver. So you can't just bank on potential. Sometimes it never happens.
Joe Hart's a great example. We knew left-hand side of Joe Hart was a vulnerability on it. We knew, and even the opposition knew, shoot on the left, shoot on his left, it's generally going to go in. Because his left-hand side was generally weaker than his right. Yeah? But we didn't like, oh my God, let's hound him out the door. It was a change. And we came up with a nice song for Joe Hart and we let him go. Everyone was a bit emotional. We get on with it. Football's football. We move on. I've said this 1,000 times. The badge on the front is more important than any name or number on the back. It's the badge on the front that I care about. That's all I care about. The badge on the front. And as long as the people wearing it give their all. And I think Ederson's shot stopping has declined? Slightly, yes. Do I think it's as bad as people have said? No, because how many Golden Globes has he won?
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it's as bad as people make it.
Yeah. I think we've over dramatized the Ederson
I
shot stop.
also think, yeah, that yes, he was bad last year, but be honest about the defense in front of him and be honest about the midfield in front of the defense. It didn't help him, did it?
No. Well, it's like Claudio Bravo. Claudio Bravo came in to get Manchester City's philosophy changed from the back.
Yeah.
We had to suffer for a year, but what he did was you come in for a year and you teach them how to play out from the back, get the team used to it. So when we brought in that ball-playing goalkeeper the season after, it wasn't as much of an adjustment period. We got 100 points because the players and the team had trained for 12 months on the ball being played out from the back. Yes, it wasn't great. Bravo had issues with his shot stopping, but he changed the philosophy. I, to this day, believe Claudio Bravo was brought in to help change, to do the handover, rather than be the number one. Otherwise, you don't buy him at 33. You don't buy a 33-year-old goalkeeper to be a long-term number one.
Yeah, no.
He was coming in to change.
Yeah, it was always going to be a short-term deal. But to be fair, Pep Guardiola probably thought he was only coming in for 3 years anyway. So he probably, I'll bring Bravo in, do a couple of years, and I'll leave.
Sorry, can I? And I'm just, again, I'm going to go. Someone said it, and I don't know if I'm presuming means now, but people are saying Ederson doesn't win you a Champions League. Sorry, he was pulling off top save after save in the Champions League final against Inter Milan.
Yeah, to be fair though, I do think, and I've said this before, I do believe that in the Champions League you are better off with a Donnarumma style goalkeeper than an Ederson.
Yeah.
I've said that
but
for years.
Ederson won us that. Ederson helped us win that title in Istanbul.
Well, it helped us win it, yeah.
Because I'm telling you now, you've got to admit,
he was very good in that treble season. But the point I'm making is, when you're in a knockout competition, in my opinion, you are better off with a shot stopper rather than a ball playing.
Yeah, he's dropped off. I agree. I completely agree. He's dropped off.
No, it's not about. No, don't talk about dropped off. I'm talking about stylistically. In a one-off game, I think you're better off with a shot stopper because in a one-off game, I don't think the ball playing out is as important as keeping the ball out the back of the net in a one-off game. In a league campaign, I think you're 100% better off with an Ederson. But then what people do, people go, because I've seen it, bro, because people was fucking cooking at Ederson saying, oh, we would have had 3 Champions Leagues if it wasn't for fucking him. And then I see people talk about the Spurs game. So I did a stream. Didn't I, chat? And I couldn't show the chat, because obviously copyright and that. But I watched all the goals that we conceded in that Spurs game when we got knocked out against Spurs in the Champions League. And I think we conceded like 7 goals. No, we conceded 5 goals, and only 2 of them you could put any sort of blame on him. Yeah. Nobody questioned why he started Fabian Delph at left back when Delph was finished and then got cooked in the home game. Nobody spoke about the fact Sergio Aguero was it Aguero? I think Aguero missed a penalty in the away leg in the first game. And I'm pretty sure there was away goals at that point. So that would have been a massive goal. Nobody spoke about that. No one spoke about Laporte's 2 huge bozo errors. So it's like, I'm cool with people saying that like, oh, that maybe. But then when they say, they give specific games, and then you go back to the games, and then you go, hang on a minute. You're blaming Ederson for that, for the reason we got knocked out against Spurs. When he missed a penalty, Pep made a bozo error playing Delph because Delph was finished at that point. Blah, 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 blah. Same with Leon.
Yeah.
Oh, is that
well, like I said, Aguero missed a penalty. Aguero missed a penalty at Spurs.
That's what I'm saying. So then they'll blame Ederson for the reason we got knocked out. I'm like, how the fuck are you blaming Ederson for the reason we got knocked out when he missed a penalty? Manager made mad questionable decisions and Laporte made 2 errors. The Leon game is bizarre. How anyone's blaming for that result when Pep Guardiola changed the whole system to a system we'd never played in our lives, and then Sterling missed an open net from 2 yards. How are people blaming Ederson for that? Not
Well,
saying he didn't make a
people were blaming Pep for Sterling missing from 1 yard out. Pep's not on the pitch saying,
No,
"Hey, Sterling
but the point
missed from a
is,
yard out."
Pep's more to blame in that. Pep's more to blame in that one-off game than Ederson because he changed the system to a brand new system that we'd never played before.
Yeah, it was stupid. It
So
is
why are
what it
people
is.
blaming
Do you know
Ederson?
I'll tell you what it is. This is my opinion. I think people were excited about Donnarumma. People are excited about Donnarumma. And I get it. He's a big name, top goal, at 1000% get it. And I think when you think, I think people thought we're coming in this new era. Donnarumma, Rodrygo, we're going to change. We're going to go for the big boys. Like we've never really done that. We've never really gone to the top echelons of them levels. We've always gone to the level down, in my opinion. We've never gone right. Like, because when was the last time we dealt with Real Madrid? When was the last time we dealt with PSG? We don't generally deal with those clubs. This time, we've done it. And I think people got a little bit excited, which is totally acceptable and understandable. And I think when it doesn't happen, I think that's where some are a bit... I think people were just excited, and I was, about the change in philosophy, the change in the way we were going to move under Viana. But what it tells me is, from the next few windows, we will go for these big boys now. Viana's not scared. I've now got trust that, right, my board are going to change things that go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But we're never going to get this rebuild done perfectly straight away because of the handover from Cheeky to Viana. Once Viana's fully in the driving seat, so maybe January, maybe next summer we do some of these. That's where I'm okay with it because I've now got full trust of my board, my sporting director are going to fully back the manager. They're going to back things. If anything goes wrong, they will change it.
Mm.
And that's just me. And this is not a one-off. That's what I'm saying. This is not a one-off. This is a change of philosophy.
Well,
for example,
not,
LB,
I don't know. If
I now believe we'll go for Baleba next summer. I now believe we may have a go at Baleba next summer.
No, I don't see it. I think we'll go Wharton.
Wharton or Baleba, one of the two. But I don't think it's going to be, he's 100 million and we spend 3 weeks debating over 5 million quid anymore.
Yeah, no, I think we'll go Wharton. But the thing is, I think maybe philosophy is too deep a word. We've got a different sporting director, and the sporting director is going to do different stuff. I'm seeing people I've seen people tweeting, this is not what we do. This is not how Manchester City move. What are you talking about? Manchester City is not an actual. Manchester City is just a business name. It's the employees that run the football club. So what you talk about, this isn't what Manchester City isn't actually a thing. It's a business with a name, with a badge that we all support. It's the people in the club who do it, and the people who used to do it, or the person that used to do it, Tiki, has left and he's been replaced. So the new guy is going to have different style. So I think the word like philosophy and that, I think that's just too deep. I just think it's a different employee.
I'm saying philosophy because I think Pep will need to. I remember Pep was with his best mate for 10 years.
Yeah.
When you break up with not break up, but in a kind of way, it's like a breakup, isn't it? When you're used to a company being run in a certain way for 10 years. And everyone's pally and they all get together and they all own restaurants together. And then a new guy from the outside comes in. He's got no attachments to you, no links to you. And he goes, right, we're changing this. It's like a new pair of shoes, just a bit tight at first. Now I've got to get used to it.
That's fact, man. It's fact.
And listen, I think we'll win the league. I think we'll be fine. That's where I'm at. I'm excited for this season. I really am excited.
Me too, man. I'm buzzing. I'm actually gassed. I think we can do it, man. I think we can win the league. I think this team has enough. I still think it probably is reliant on Rodri. It's less reliant on Rodri than it was last year. And I still think we need Rodri back to win the league. But if you can get Rodri back for 30 games with Reinders, I think we can win this league. I think we've got enough firepower to talk. Yeah.
Do you know what I liked about Wolves? And I will shoot now. Do you know what I liked about Wolves the most? My biggest tape in the Wolves game. And I was sat there with my son in the away end going, loving this at the minute. And then I noticed something. Do you remember Nico G in the open training? I mentioned about the back to goal when your backs to play. Well, he changed everything for the Wolves game. He had the play in front of Nico Gonzalez. Yeah. So Nico Gonzalez isn't worrying about the play behind him now.
He was fantastic, Nico Gonzalez.
So, and then that's what I love about Pep. When you know what, right? That's a deficiency. Something we need to work on. What I'll do is I'll slightly change it so we bring his attributes into the full. So we hide the disadvantages and we bring the advantages to the surface. And that's what I like about it. I don't think Pep does that last season. I think Pep's stubborn and doesn't change things.
Yeah,
I think he changed it on Saturday.
He's a stubborn manager. He's a stubborn manager. So, yeah, when shit went south, obviously it didn't get changed. But I always had confidence that when the new season would start, that, shout out Potsy for the raid, man. Big up, bro. I always had confidence, that when the season started, he would go to the newer players. And I know a lot of people didn't think he would. I know a lot of people were saying, but he's going to keep playing fucking Gundogan ahead of £50 million Nico G and this shit. And I was like, no, he won't. He won't. Because if he does, he'll get fucking cooked, mate. Because you can't be playing Gundogan who's a 35-year-old above. Gundogan's
and guess who never came on the pitch?
Guess who never? And look who come on as a second centre-back when he took Stones off. Kushner over Akanji.
And guess which two players got 0 minutes? 0 minutes they both got.
Exactly.
It was Gundogan and Akanji.
Exactly.
They didn't even get on.
That's what I'm saying. But I always had confidence that was going to happen, But I thought it was going to happen and this is where I think he probably made a rod for his own back. Pep is when he said the Club World Cup he was treated as a pre-season tournament, because pre-season you should be doing what you're going to see in the season. But we were seeing what we were seeing last year with all the players and that he's still playing from last year. That's why I think he probably made a rod for his own back by saying that. Because then when he was still playing players like Gundogan over like Nico G, people were like, what the fuck is he doing? And to be fair, I understand the frustration. But as soon as the actual Premier League started, bang, Nico G's in the team. And he had a great game. He played really well. And he'll only get better. You know what I mean? He's only young. He'll only get better. But I thought he played really well. Physicality in that, great. On the ball, great. He won, more ground duels in that one game, Martin, than we won against Bournemouth in the whole game. Combining all our midfielders together.
And the way we moved that ball from back to front in a split second, that was Pep Lijnders at his best. And I'm buzzing for it. But anyway, I'm going to shoot. Big up.
All right, bro.
Smash those likes.
Big up to you, man. Have a good one, yeah?
Yeah. Cheers, mate.
Big up to you, man. Big up to you, man. Make sure you guys are subbed up to Mancunian Way chat. Make sure you guys are subbing up. Big up Potsy for the raid again, man. Make sure you guys are smashing up the likes on the way in. Make sure you guys are subbed up as well. Bet you Arsenal fans are fucking buzzing, aren't you? It might make City get Rodrygo if fucking Spurs decide that they need a player and they're going to go sign Savio and that. You know what I mean? Because they've just been absolutely humbled, mate. Humbled, bro. Big up Tulsa. Ederson has 4 assists in the Premier League last season. So that, you know how mad that is? 4 assists for a goalkeeper in a single season. You know how crazy that is? That's actually fucking wild, bro. Some goalkeepers only get 1 assist in their whole career. Bro, most goalkeepers don't get a single assist. You know what I'm saying? Mad. It is mad, bro. I can't lie. What time is it here? 2 o'clock in the morning. Shout out Abs. Appreciate the super chat, brother. Big up Toll. And big up Sankool says, guys, on pure gut feeling, does Rodrygo and Donnarumma happen? I don't think that the Rodrygo is happening because I don't think Spurs pay the fee. Donnarumma, I think it probably still happens. I know all the news at the moment coming out is saying like the deal's stalled or whatever, but I don't think so, man. I think it still happens, that one. I think City reduced the fee on that one. But they don't reduce the fee on the Savio deal. They don't. He got 1. Nah, he conceded 1 against Watford, no? Or did he score it against Watford? He scored 1 against Watford. Yeah. I think he scored 1 against Watford, didn't he? Paul Robinson. I don't remember a second one that he scored. Oh, no, I do remember a second one that he scored. Nah, you're right. He scored 2. He scored 2. He scored one against Watford. It was defo Watford. And then what was the other game he scored one in? I can't remember. And then I remember, was it Tim Howard scored one for Everton against Bolton? He scored one as well. Yeah, that's mad. That's crazy. It was defo one against that Watford. Yeah, facts. It was defo one against Watford, bro. And then I can't remember the other one as well. Night mods and chat. Big up. Yo, big up to you, Denton, man. Big up to you, mate. One was a free kick. Yeah, I think the Watford one was a free kick. Who remembers that Wigan player? Was he called Figueroa? Who remembers that player from Wigan, chat, who scored that free kick from halfway line? Was he called Figueroa? He played for Wigan. Scored a free kick in like 2006 or something. Or maybe a bit later than that. I don't know, actually. Was it Stoke? Yeah. Mayor Figueroa. Was that him who scored that free kick? That was fucking wild, bro. That was wild. And you know what's crazy as well? Yeah, I don't know how the fuck I remember this because my memory's trash. Yeah, I remember. Yo, big up Denton, man. Appreciate it. Come on, man. Big up for the super sticker. I remember, right, on a match of the day, right, they was cooking the attacker and saying he should have stood over the ball. It was his fault. And I'm like, bro, it just sometimes you've just got to accept it, yeah, that it's just a sick goal. And they were cooking this attacker saying he should have stood in front of the ball and not let them take the free kick. And I was just like, what are you doing, man? It's actually wild. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Anyway, Arsenal fans in the chat that have just joined me, man. What you saying about this Eze thing? You're buzzing on now. I bet you're all gassed, innit? What a robbery that is. Like, Spurs fans are crying their eyes out. Big up Hanny as well. Sorry, bro. I know you've been posting this for a while. My bad, man. Combo was flowing with Martin, so I didn't want to like interrupt it. LB, please be honest. We both know we ain't sign anyone other than the clubs will do to us what Arsenal just did to Spurs. I think we might get Donnarumma. I don't think we're going to get Savio, brother, because like I said before, I think I don't think Spurs pay the money. And if they don't pay the money, we ain't getting it. What's your prediction for the Spurs game? Fucking, I don't know, bro. Do you know what I mean? It's Spurs, man. I reckon against Spurs ain't too good. We got beat 4-0 last year. Jeez. And they had a dead... You know what the worst thing about that game, right? Is that they had a dead team. They had a dead-ass team. It wasn't even a sick Spurs team. That team was dead. Weren't they playing like Ben Davies at centre-back or something? I swear they were playing Ben Davies at centre-back. I don't think they played any centre-back. Yeah? I don't think they had a single centre-back on the pitch. We got roasted, man. Kudos scares you. Kudos a good player, man. Now, you know what, man? I'm going to be positive going into this game, man. I'm trying to be positive because I'm feeling good about the season. So, I'm going to say 3-2 City, probably. Obviously, I might change my mind when I see the starting 11s, but probably, yeah, go for that. Is it a bit coincidental? Oh, of course it is. Of course it is. Absolutely coincidental, yeah. Wait, LB, why do you have to sell to buy? Since when did we operate that? It's not that we have to sell to buy. It's that I don't think the club really want to sell Savio. I think they like Savio. I think they like him. I don't think they want to sell him. The only reason we're going to get Rodrygo is if he goes, because he wants to go Spurs. So if he goes Spurs, we'll make a move. It's not like we're actively trying to force the guy out. Now, for example, this summer coming up, next summer, so summer of 2026, let's just say, for example, right? Just for example, if Doku's shit this year, he's got to go, bruv. That's his 3rd year. He's got to go. So at that point, City will be forcing him out the door. So at that point, yeah, City might go and sign the new winger before they even get rid of Doku, for example. Because at that point, you are forcing him out the door. But we're not forcing Savio out the door because I don't think the club are like... I think the club recognise that he had a decent first year. He's a very talented player. Savio and Cherky daggers. Johnson pulls one back. He's Savio. He's injured, bro. He can't play. He's injured, apparently. Do you reckon I get big news tomorrow? I hope we get this Ederson news, man, because this Ederson thing is boring me. Like, the thing is with the Savio thing and the Rodrygo thing, I actually think it's a little bit interesting. I actually think it's interesting. Like last night when we was doing the investigation stream and we was looking into everything, and it was actually like pretty, like, it was pretty interesting, right? I actually think the Savio thing and the Rodrygo thing is quite an interesting topic to talk about. But the Ederson thing is just so boring. I'm so bored about it, man. I was speaking about it all last year when he was going to Saudi Arabia. It didn't happen. Right. And then I was like, right, give him another year. He said he wants to stay or whatever. Back him. And then the Club World Cup performances. And I'm like, oh my God. Then the rumours start. And then it's like, he's been in negotiations with Galatasaray for about 3 weeks. I'm just ready for that one to be done. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I won't be just, yeah, I agree. I'm not going to be crying my eyes out if we keep Ederson and Savio. But Ederson is, for me, as a legend as he is, like, if he doesn't start performing better real quick, he's got to be benched. You can't just play him forever. Like, he's got to be benched if he doesn't pick up his performances, and you got to play Trafford. I'm all for the Donnarumma and Nobbins meltdown. Savio has to be injured because, like they've said, Savio hasn't asked to leave or anything, so why would he not even train with the team if he's fit? But he kind of has asked to leave. He's asked to go to Spurs, and Jack Gorn's confirmed it. He seems intent on leaving. The bid's come in. He was open to a move. So that's probably why. And because it's such a high money signing, City probably just said, don't train. But I wonder if this Savio deal is not looking likely, I wonder if he'll be in training tomorrow. I wonder if he's in training tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? Because if it's not looking likely, then maybe tomorrow he could be back in training. You know what I mean? New City chief tweet. The hell are these guys tweeting fucking news at this time? Doing bombers at 2 a.m. in the morning. Wow. Fucking hell. I mean, that is news, to be fair. Savio's agents are in London working on talks with Tottenham, but Man City remain resistant to selling. Spurs are set to push until the 1st of September deadline to try and get the deal done. Who's this guy? Yeah, this is legit. This will be legit because he's a Brazilian fucking reporter. So the agent will be telling this guy about Savio. Yeah. Here we go. Tottenham prepares new offer. Here we go. Tottenham prepares new offer about £500 million. What the fuck is that in English money? Yo, what the hell? In GBP. £500 million in GBP is £70 million. Fuck. Oh, that's 70 million quid. That's 70 million quid, man. Bruh, that's legit. It's happening. Tottenham is preparing a new €80 million bid. The London club has vowed to spare no effort for Savio after losing Everton on Wednesday. Their focus for Savio, Spurs are promising to push through the transfer window. Savio's agents remain in London mediating negotiations between the two clubs, but the deal isn't seen as straightforward. Bro, if they bid 70 million quid, that's getting accepted. That's getting accepted, man, if that's legit. Honestly, that's crazy, man. If that's getting accepted, that is getting accepted. That's crazy, man. So that's a lot. If that's true, he's sold, isn't he? If that's true, he's sold. See what's going on. Anyway, I'll read these couple more comments and then we'll get off, guys. Bring me Rodrygo. You scored right past his most recent tweet. Yeah, it's the same. It's the same one, isn't it? It's the same one. He just I don't know why he's done that. It's the same article, but he's just posted more. Yeah, we read the article, bro. We're accepting that. Oh, 70 million's getting accepted. I'd be stunned if we reject 70 million. I think that's a bit weird, to be honest with you. As much as I like Savio, he scored 1 league goal, and we're being offered 70 million. Spurs are desperate now. They are desperate. They are desperate, man. They look stupid, don't they? LB, if we signed Donnarumma, what shirt number will he wear? Fuck knows. No idea. LB, this is the same journal that said the £67 million price City put on him like a couple of weeks ago. Well, it sounds like it's going to get... If it's right, then sounds like it's going to be legit. Sounds like it's going to be legit, man. Should be £80 million. Come on, Viana. Fucking hell, Ash. You're pushing it there, mate. You're pushing it there. City won't accept 70 mil because of Spurs payment terms. I don't know if City are that arse about that. You know what I mean? As long as it's paid within a few years, I don't think City really give a shit. 70 million and Real, what, 86 for Rodrygo? For me, that's just a no-brainer. It really is. Fabrizio follows him, does he? Okay, we'll see. We'll see, Nazio. People got their own opinions out here, bro. I'm fully down for Rodrygo, but some people just don't rate Rodrygo. But we'll see who's right. If we end up getting Rodrygo, he's either going to be mint or he's going to be shit in it. So we'll find out. I think he's going to be good, man. I think he's a good player, but we'll find out soon. Anyway, boys, I'm going to leave it there, man. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. Another fucking 2.5 hours. Bro, these streams just go by so quick. It's actually fucked. Anyways, yeah, big up to you, boys. Make sure you smash the likes. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel as well if you're new. What time is it now? Not time. Day is it? Thursday. Right, cool. Thursday. Possible watch-alongs tonight or no? Any watch-alongs? Gotta be some, some football on tonight, ain't there? I'll check it tomorrow, man. I'll see if there's any football. Maybe we could do some watch-alongs or something. Maybe do some watch-alongs, man. But yeah, big up to you guys. Make sure you smash the likes. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel as well if you're new. Jacob's live on United Spurs of America. I think he's live. He was live. I don't know if he's still live. I don't know. I'll send you over there anyway. I've set it up anyway. Right, big up to you boys. Smash a like, subscribe. Catch you in the next one.